Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second match of the Overdrive Gold League. I am Aaron, Canadian Head, joined by Robert Sordo Santiago. I'm excited for a Rawr versus Bluebird getting into the game one of the pick ban phase. We have Rawr on the blue side and Bluebird on the red side. How you feeling tonight, Sordo?
Oh, this is my second game of the day, and I'm excited. We just saw basically, if Deserux hears this, he's going to be mad, but I don't really care. We just saw the clapping happen last game.
Really?
With Anarchy versus Illumination Spectrum. Anarchy just completely clapped the hell out of Illumination. So, Anarchy's supposed to be the underdog or whatever, but they just took down the second place team. So standings at this point really don't mean anything.
And see that easily with Rawr coming in as the first place seed. I mean, last game you saw that placements don't really mean anything, as you were just saying. We can see Bluebirds can easily come back in this win if they want to. I'm excited.
Yep. And we do get into the pick and ban. Sejuani, Zach, Thresh, Rek'Sai. I'm liking the Thresh ban. Thresh has become more of a prominent bot laner in League of Legends, seeing as though he got buff in patch 8.15. So Thresh will always be the king of bot lane. He's just kind of the perfect support. He just lacks a little tiny bit of damage early game, like after all the nerfs that has come out to him. So I do like the ban, but one of the better bot laners is that Morgana. And seeing it banned, for me, kind of signals that Rawr is just going to play an engaged composition. Like, they just want to go in onto the AD carry, and they don't want progress to Black Shield Wild. So I'm liking where Rawr is going so far. But we do see the Zoe. We do see the cancer of League of Legends. Sweet Jesus, why is this champion still in the game? She just got nerfed. Gut her. Make her into Gragas. Just put her in the ground. Please, I beg you, Riot.
I mean, better yet, just take her out of the game. That would be the best choice. They try to be fun and add the new sleep mechanic. Just take it out. It's not needed.
Honest to God, they did a poll on Reddit asking, it's like, if you wanted one champion to be, removed from League of Legends, who would it be? The top two champions were Fizz and Zoe. And,
Really?
both of them got nerfed in this patch. They got nerfed hard with Electrocute, with everything basically in the Domination tree getting a hard nerf, and everything in the Sorcery tree getting a hard nerf. And then on top of that, the AP ratios for both Zoe and Fizz were lowered quite substantially. So I'm surprised to still see Zoe getting first pick, but she can still one-shot from 2,000 range. She'll still make your life a living hell. And if you don't pick an advantageous lane matchup, like, the Rise, who's supposed to be sort of a soft counter to the Zoe, you're not going to have a good time in the mid lane, and you're just going to get smacked up. But we do see from Bluebird, they picked this really strong bot lane in Leona Lucian. And I like it. The level 2 from them is really strong. Yes, the Domination tree did get nerfed for the Lucian if he decides to run it with sudden impact. But his early game damage with Press the Attack is still massive. And depending on who Rawr picks as an ADC, it can be good or bad. And they lock in the Vayne for Rawr. So I don't know. I think Bluebirds, from what it looks like, is just looking for that early mid-game, engage, get the damage out, and just stomp the entire game. Because Vayne outscales Lucian really, really hard. And Gragas as well, if he does go the AP variant, just will blow up anyone on the side of Bluebird.
Yeah, I'm excited. I actually might want to see a Gragas top lane. Because I've seen it a few times in the solo lanes we played. I like to see it happen once or twice in this league for once. But I'm also, even if it goes into the jungle, it's nice to see because there's already 3 bans of jungle in this game. So just not wanting that to be piled on to these players and allow them to snatch up those champions before they get taken out more and more.
Now, the thing is, Warwick is an alright pick, but you did see the Gragas, and Gragas' explosive cast can interrupt Warwick. So
that's a terrible combination.
Yeah, it's not the best thing, but if you do get the Leona ult into Infinite Duress, and with the Fear, you do just have the Lucian in the back that can just go in safely and just demolish anyone in front of him. That at the end of the day, he will still do damage. He will be difficult to kill, and he will just dash around. And if Rawr don't focus him and get him out of the fight, it's just not going to be a good time. But something to notice is right now, their draft has no damage. The Lucian is the only one that can do anything. We do see the Lux locked in, but that's still an issue. The Lux,
so it doesn't really match the Zoe damage at all in that case.
No, it doesn't. The issue with Lux is that she's very combo reliant. So if she can't hit her binding into the E, into the ult, and just blow someone up, she's relatively useless for the rest of the fight. Yes, her cooldowns are low, but most of the time within a team fight, you'll get your spell rotation out once, maybe twice, if you're lucky.
Yeah, for sure. Having also Mundo picked up, I was excited. I might have been able to see the Mundo on the other side, but because Vayne has that percent max health damage just passively, really counters the Mundo when they're against each other. But also seeing Nami picked up to finish out the full 5-man roster of Rawr. What do you think of how their 5-man is laid out now?
So for Rawr, I do like how everything is set up. They do have a really strong mage in the mid lane with Zoe. They have a massive front line with Mundo and Gragas if he chooses to go tank, which, in my opinion, I probably would go an off-tank variant of the Gragas build. But for Rawr, they're set up for success right now. They have the Vayne for late game. They have the Zoe for late game. Gragas peaks in the early to mid game, and Mundo just scales almost infinitely. He will just run in there and be like, "I'm Mundo. I played the video game. I'm Mundo. Woo! Poggers. I love that." But he is versus a Kennen. And with the Kennen matchup, it is a little bit more difficult for the Mundo. If he can stay behind minutes and throw his infected cleavers and just survive the lane, because the Kennen didn't take Ignite, he will be okay. Now the question does become, is this an AD Kennen or is this an AP Kennen? Because if it is an AP Kennen, yes, your team fights are going to be better. Yes, you make Bluebird's team comp more well-rounded, but you give up a lot of laning pressure. You know, you can't go the Executioner's Calling, you can't go Bork into Rage Blade, stuff like that. So, if it is the AP variant, you kind of give Mundo a free lane, in a sense. But if it's the AD variant, you do have more pressure into the lane, and the Kennen would just be looking to split push. So this is looking like the AD variant because he does have press the attack. So I'm expecting this Kennen to get a lot of ganks from the Warwick and just be pushing in Mundo over and over and over and over again, and making it so that someone, whether it is the Vayne, whether it is the Zoe, or whether it is Gragas, to help the Mundo contest the Kennen split push. So I feel for the side of Bluebird, they just want to split the map in half and make it so that you either 4-1 with the Kennen top lane and the big 4 bot lane, and you're just applying pressure all over the map. Make it so that Rawr is split in their decision. Because the team fight for Rawr is substantially better than the team fight for Bluebird. So if Bluebird can split the map and play it correctly, this game should be just very simple for them. But if Rawr do find that 5v5, it should just be a clean sweep, and they should just steamroll over Bluebird. So we're gonna have to see how.
Is it common to have a Leona run press the attack? Just wondering.
Huh.
This is a random question, you know.
I have no comment. Yeah, there's 4 press the attacks in the game right now.
Yeah. That's
Thinking,
interesting to see, but you know, it happens. I'm not sure what else we can say about it. Whereas trying to run the 4 press the attack strategy against the, I guess Mundo is really the only one they would do it against. But other than that, making sure they get the most damage.
I think the Leona taking press the attack was a mistake, and it is what it is. You live with your mistakes that you make in League of Legends, but we'll have to see how that affects bot lane. That she does have the Resolve tree as a secondary, so it gives up a lot of pressure in that bot lane. That's all I can really say to that.
For sure. I just got lagged out of the loading screen, so I'm hopping in a little bit slower. That's all right.
Yep. I mean, we were just having the standard 5-point come out. Lucian Leona trying to see if they can spot out the Vayne. They do put a ward into the tri-bush. But other than that, it's just a very stereotypical start. Both junglers are looking to start on the bot lane. And that's going to be a ward going over to the Lucian. Hey, free gold, boys. S get it. Get that gold lead starting at below a minute.
I'll be happy to see if they're actually able to come back from this deficit.
I think this might be insurmountable. I think Bluebirds just won the game off of this. Sorry,
do we have a stat of whoever got the first point of gold in the game wins the game?
I don't actually know if we do. If we could actually get that, if our production crew is listening, if we could get that stat going, like just for the entire season, whoever gets the first gold lead wins the game.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured this at the end so that we could start it well right at the beginning.
Yeah, right.
I'm excited. But yeah, wondering to see the emphasis they put into the double crab on the bottom side since both started. Just seeing how much they actually care about that bottom river skull crab. But it looks like Greg is just going to walk away. He doesn't care at all, actually.
Well, the thing is, right, with the Gragas, he cannot contest against the Warwick early. The goal of the Gragas is to hit level 6 and, you know, to get ganks off without the Warwick counter ganking. So, as long as Gragas can avoid the Warwick, it should go stereotypically for the Gragas. Now, something to make note of is Warwick's pathing. So, he opted into taking blue wolves into Scuttle. So he's either going to run into the Gragas at his red buff, or he's just going to lose the buff in general.
That's going to be happening. Progress looking into that bush, seeing the red buff be taken, but not going to attack the... I think he's going to run out of patience on the red buff. Progress is going to scare New Saves away.
Yep.
And rightfully take the red buff for himself.
Yep, and that's really all that was needed. The Warwick has so much pressure early game with his W passive and his Q sustain. So the Gragas has to respect this. He has to try his hardest to avoid the Warwick.
Oh, wild. Jumping onto Zumi. Zumi dropped down to 100 health with Ignite on him. So you might get away with the Nami heals. Able to just come out alive.
A great summoner discipline from Nami and Vayne. Vayne choosing not to heal the Nami even though she was down to 100 HP. kind of thinking that it's like, hey, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. It's whatever. It's gonna go to the Leona Ignite anyways. It's not that big of a deal, I guess.
I think we forgot to point out the actual level 2. That's the illusion and Leona have. Oh, looks like he's on the hunt on progress. See if he can get around to Heartshaker. Nothing gonna happen. Yeah, that's level 2 power spike of Wild and Wingate combined. Was very strong shown there.
Yeah, and for the Nami Vayne, all they want to do is really sustain into this lane. That's why you do see the Vayne with the Fleet Footwork instead of press the attack, due to the fact that she just wants to sustain into the lane. Yes, she does have a Nami that will heal her with Ebbs and Flow, but it's not enough sustain to get through the lane. Now, Vayne, as the game progresses later and later, will outscale the Lucian, will just out-damage the Lucian. So, without having too much pressure bot lane for the side of the Leona Lucian, if they can't get a kill onto Vayne Nami, it's just not going to be good as the game progresses. But we do see a sweep onto the Lux, and she's just going to get chunked. Oh, the barrier.
Yeah, but there's a very low. The Ignite just surviving with the health pod taking.
Yeah, barrier forced out.
Progress running behind on the hunt of Heartshaker. Looks like he can get the fleet into underneath the tower. And that's gonna be first blood. Amazingly feared in underneath the tower.
I knew what his goal was. He tried to get the ghost from the minion, and then his intention was to flash ghost away. But the ghost was a bit too far in the tower, and he did end up taking yet another tower shot, and then flashed for no reason, because he was going to die to the Warwick no matter what he did.
Holding on. I mean, he tried to use what he could, so he didn't come out on top of that trade.
But
back to normal little back and forth, sitting in their own jungles.
Again, this is what we were talking about earlier. The Warwick does have pressure over everyone else in this game. The Warwick will be the deciding factor into bot lane, will be the deciding factor into mid lane. Yes, Zoe is a better champion in comparison, but we do see the Leona go.
Wild running onto 2 players in progress, coming right behind, condemned away by Shijaru, but not going to do what he can. Stunned once, again by Leona. TP coming in from Mundo into 3 players. Place stunned up Nezumi, but Wild very low health as well, less than 100 health. Mundo taking out Lucian, also getting a double kill on Wild. 1v1 Progress versus Spider-1. Progress following with Spider-1 getting a triple kill for the side of Rawr.
This is horrible for Bluebirds. Yes, you did pick up 2 kills, but now you have to deal with a Mundo. But hello, Lux!
That was poor. That was poor situation to be in.
Lux just blew up that Zoe and just really didn't give a damn. But this is what we talked about earlier. The combo from Lux is a lot of damage. You can't discredit that. But I think that was a bit of a misposition from the Zoe, and that's just going to be your demise.
I actually was questioning why Mundo continued to have the TP continue, but looks like it was a good idea to run into 3 players as a Mundo, and that's how he's going to be invincible later on.
Yeah, Mundo doesn't really give a damn.
And now we're seeing Progress once again jump onto the bottom lane. Nezumi caught between 3 players, no Mundo to save you there. And that's going to be 1 dropped.
I mean, this is what I just said before these fights happened. The bot lane for Rawr, or for Bluebirds, needs to make plays early and often, because the Lucian Leona does fall off in comparison to the Nami Vayne. So,
so close to lining it up. It looks like it might not even matter. Zoe one trick taking him out.
And this is the power of Bluebird's team comp. If they start to get ahead, they just keep snowballing. Now the Lux is sitting at 2-0. Yes, she did go tier, which is a little bit questionable, but the Warwick is sitting at 3-1. So if he goes into the team if he goes into Titanic Hydra and starts to become just more and more of a carry, there is just nothing that Rawr can really do. Other than hope to God that Mundo just becomes unkillable and they can't do anything against him.
They're not really sure what Nizumi is trying to do. Trying to get a bubble steal, but sadly did not work out as he didn't actually have vision of the dragon. I think it's going to be a little reset from the mid and jungle on the side of Bluebird. And New Slave's coming in for himself. Tidal Wave coming in, but not going to land onto Wingate. Wingate flashing out, also using healing, but it looks like New Slave is going to knock him right back into 3 players. Wingate using the heal as well. Torgas coming in behind, that's a 1-for-1. Jungle and AZ falling from either team.
Yeah, it looked great for the side of Rawr, but the Vayne decided to back off when in reality she needed to just keep going in. So that ends up costing them the life of New Slaves, and that's just a 1-for-1, when in reality that should have been a 1-for-nothing.
I really should have. It is a 3 gold lead with a mountain, but the gold is still pretty even. Around 200 gold only for each team.
Did that redemption just come in from Zoe?
You know, I have no idea.
I think
probably.
Yeah,
there's no redemption bot, so probably.
My goodness, God, I love Zoe.
You're looking a little hurt there, man. Let me help you out real quick.
Yeah, you're a Mundo. You regenerate a lot of HP, but
here's some more regeneration.
Yeah, here's some HP. I hope you enjoy. You know, have fun. Go wild. I feel like for the Kennedys, just sitting there like, God, why?
I just want to hit. I'm ranged, okay? I should be winning this.
He shouldn't be, you know.
But instead, he's against a 3-0 Mundo and 10 CS down.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest part of it. The Mundo made the TP play, yet the Kennen is the one who's 10 CS down. Yeah. So it's a yikes right now for the side of Bluebirds. But they still do have the Warwick who's ahead, and so is the bot lane and mid lane. So as long as the Warwick continues...
Again, Wingate with Wild, but Wingate can be one to fall at this point.
That missed auto?
Also coming in. Wild can also be blasting cast back into 3 players. Wild tries to hit Nizumi with his spear, but not going to land it.
Yeah. This Warwick is not really ganking as much as he should for how ahead he is. The Gragas getting another successful gank out onto bot lane. And Vayne is now also ahead. So both of your late game carries for Rawr are now just chilling at 3-0 and 2-1. This is not good for the side of Bluebirds.
Yeah, I think that TP bottom from Spotter really made the New Slaves' job very easy in knowing where to go on the map.
And that's going to be first tower over to oh my
Rawr.
God.
Chachiru?
Yeah, Chachiru. There it is.
Chachiru.
Chachiru. What a name.
It's an interesting name.
It is very interesting. And we just see the Mundo up there BMing. What a guy. Yeah, what a guy. I thought you were supposed to be a doctor. I thought you were supposed to have a, class. He's
already holding his trophy, you know?
You're not wrong. He's trying to hold up the ODL championship right there. Now that's what's up. But we are starting to see items coming out for both sides. The Bork done for the Lucian. But the thing is, Vayne already has Storm Razor and Boots. So this Vayne doesn't care about your Bork. She is going to run you over 1v2 at this point.
I'm excited to watch at some point. See it happen.
We have to see if Chachiru has the mechanical skill to outplay the Leona engage. That if she can dodge all of Leona's engage, she can just, run through the Lucian. I'm not going to try to pronounce this.
Yeah, this is very disappointing as Progress is ready for lane gank, but he's actually just on 2 wards from Rawr. So I know he's there. So I'm just waiting. I think I'm just waiting for New Slaves to take advantage of that.
Yeah, New Slaves should be able to take away the Krugs. if he chooses to go up there, which he doesn't. But the thing is, his entire jungle is up, so he should be, you know, clearing Gromp blue, Raptors red into the bot lane. But, you know, to each their own. Everyone makes their own choices in this game. But we do.
You know, I'm not in the quarterfinals, so what can I say?
All right. I don't know. I used to be on the plat team out of that one, so yikes.
So seriously, looks like we're gonna have progress going on the hunt once again. See if we can get around to Heartshaker, but landing the suppression, but while not gonna land her own ult herself, Heartshaker landing a paddle start onto Wild, but not even gonna matter as Zoe one trick gonna take him out. But a tidal wave coming in from Nami while having to flash away, less than 100 health to his name.
A very big misplay from Heartseeker, or Heartshaker. Heartshaker. He makes the flash away, but then goes in again with the paddle start and just gets rooted up by One Trick Zoe. And then the Gragas tried to body slam flash in, misses, and then the ult doesn't hit the Leona under tower, which is what he was trying to do. So overall, it was just an entire misplay for the side of Rawr, and it's going to cost them maybe 2 towers here.
Yeah, this is really annoying to actually cast because we have Zoe one trick who's against the Zoe.
It's a yikes.
In the middle of things. Like saying Zoe's right there, but then Zoe's going to be attacking him, and this doesn't make sense. It's alright.
But we do see Zoe hit the Sleepy Bubble Trouble.
Wait, Zoe or like the character Zoe? Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right now, waiting using calling flashing over, but it's going to be flash away, but not going to be far enough with the Rift Herald being summoned in the mid tower, mid lane, landing over half turret damage. Looks like they're going to move their focus over to that Cloud Drake. With that, now that there's incoming movement speed, really doing well for our team. Ooh.
I stayed quiet. Oh wait, I just realized that the Lux is on the side of the
team. Oh shit! Oh my goodness! The predictions from Wild. Wow, once again grabbing another stun. Newsley being zoned away so well. Wild with a prediction of a flash.
Yeah, you can't go into the river when you don't have your team with you. There were 4 people for the side of Bluebirds there, so going into the river is a complete misplay, and it's going to cost Heartshaker his life.
And we're seeing Rawr get a turret for themselves, and then Blue's going to respond very quickly. You have Arkham with a very large wave in the top lane, see if they can do any damage to the tower there. Trying to do what they can.
Mundo popping the ult to try to stay in lane, try to sustain, but the thing that he doesn't know, there's 3 people on top side, so he does have to be careful here.
Looks like they're not going to be there for long though, sadly.
Yeah, they're just going to take them back. Now, something to still make note of is the fact that Avalon is still down 10 CS. We're starting to see the 4-man rotation. They want this top tower.
Yeah. Like Window's gonna take it for himself. Not gonna matter about it. We have Progress Wild and Zoe one trick all in the top lane as well to respond. Looks like we're just gonna have Rawr back away. Say like, hey, we got what we wanted. We got the tower. No need to fight.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the wave clear with the ult by Zoe one trick. Ooh, is Leona gonna go in?
Wild grabbing onto Nizumi, but Drowsy, and he's gonna go to sleep very quickly with a stun coming out from Heartshaker. Tidal Wave gonna try to block off what he can to make sure that Heartshaker can make it out alive. He's gonna make it.
Yeah,
oh, that was too intense.
Great Tidal Wave by Nizumi. Disengaging the ultimate from Warwick, you know. You do get suppressed, but if Warwick does get knocked up or displaced, the ultimate does go away. Yes, the damage still goes through, but the silence is negated. So, the Zoe is able just to walk out and act like none of it ever happened. So, great play by Nizu.
I'm really enjoying this as looks like we're having a little bit of more grouping happening at this point because Arkham wants to get his ultimate at some point, get a dream 5-man ultimate with his stun. Would be perfect for their team.
Now, something that I'm noticing as we see Redemption coming down from Zoe. Here, take some healing, boys. But something that I've noticed is that the farm for the junglers is quite low. So the lead that Progress had made for himself isn't really relevant anymore. So he is sitting on 800 gold, but that does not finish his Titanic Hydra. The Gragas, on the other hand, is now ahead of him, which in reality should not be happening. He's ahead in items, and for right now, he's just more useful to the team.
It's interesting. He is I mean, the Warwick is like around 1600 gold higher, but items-wise, yes, for some reason is still not as ahead as he should be.
Now, the thing to take note of is also that Knight's Vow is cheaper, but for the fact that Vayne is just sitting at 2-1, she does have most of her rate. What is she? Yeah, Rage Blade. I was like, what does her or what does
all those entail?
All right, what does recurve bow built into? But she does have most of her Rage Blade done. So, and there it is. She just finished it. So, for right now, this Vayne, she needs 1 or 2 more items, and she is just gonna pop off. And you know, with the Rage Blade or the passive, her Silver Bolts are just going to be on someone so much more often. So this Vayne, if she's just allowed to free hit and walk through the team fight,
looks like all of Bluebird tried to get away, but Spider-Man going to meet them in the face. Wingate very low, but he's going to back away with the calling coming through. Tidal Wave with the disengage, but the shutdown coming on to Zoe One Trick with Arkham coming in, trying to get what he can onto Zoe. Zoe can be stunned up. We have Nazumi running away from Progress. We have a 3v3 in the middle of everything. Newslays
Vayne's still alive.
Very low. We have Wingate trying to get away from the spider web. He's throwing trophies right in his face. Shazuru using that Rage Blade for what he can. Jumping onto Solution, taking him out very quickly. 3-on-2 now. Progress getting taken out little by little as we have Spider-One being taken out by Progress. And that's going to be a 4-for-2 in the end of it.
No, that was really well played by the Vayne, but they're still trying to go on to her here.
That might not be a 4, it might just turn into a 5-or-2 as an ace. They want to take this tower for what it's worth. So there's not much other objectives that they can get at this point. They want to get something for their troubles.
It was really well played by the Vayne. She stayed alive the entire fight, killed the Lucian, and now she's going to probably get more kills here.
Oh my, wow.
That's the overstay by Bluebirds. They're just giving gold over to this Vayne. Now the Vayne's sitting at 5-1. She has 2,000 gold in her pocket. And the late game carry for Rawr is now starting to come online.
I'm excited to see what they can actually do with this though. As we have Shazuru so strong, but the rest of the team is not doing as well as they could be. Especially with Zoe going 0-6, not what you want to see from Heartchaker. Yeah, we'll see if they can get this mid tower finally to really open up the map for themselves. They have both of the side lanes, tier 1s.
See, I do understand that you don't want to give Zoe One Trick her Zoe, but if you don't want to play against it and you can't play it to the level that you need it to be, you might as well ban it, because right now, that 06 Zoe is kind of a detriment to the team. Yes, she still has her sleep, but it's not doing what they need it to do at the moment. It should be able to one-shot the Lucian as we see the engage.
Yeah, that was not much to say about that one, as we had just ult after ult to take him out. But we do have Spider-Man coming in between 4 players behind them. He's going to drop very low as well. He's going to be jumping onto Heartshaker with the Miss Ultimate from Progress while being taken out as well. We have a stun into the wall by Arkham. Treacher going to condemn him very well. On the other side of the fight, though, we have Zombie being stunned up by the Lux. And it looks like we have Heartshaker going to be taken out by Wingate.
See, the Vayne is so strong, but because the Zoe just doesn't do damage, there's not much that can go on when Bluebirds focus the Vayne. So usually what ends up happening is most teams focus the AD carry, and then the mid laner can just free hit, or vice versa. In this case, they can focus the Vayne because they know that this Zoe is just not going to do any damage at all.
Yeah.
It's not a good position to be in if you are Rawr.
Again, you said before where it was a team 1 versus team 3, but Bluebirds showing how they are in the space to take it if they can. It's still a very close game. So we're going to see how long the game actually goes for. See what can happen.
We do see Lucian starting to get more and more items, and Vayne almost at the RFC. So if she can get Rapid Fire Cannon and get her Infinity Edge, I don't want to say the game is over, but the likelihood of Rawr winning the game goes up substantially. Now, we do see the Kennen sitting at 2-0-3. He does have the recurve bow, Bork. Like, he is trying to build his Rage Blade. But the split that he is having in the game is not very effective. He isn't pushing his advantage to where he wants or needs to be at this point. Yes, he is getting the bot lane right now, but you still do have the
starting to be trouble.
Yeah, you still do have the Vayne to go and catch the wave. She is backing right now to do exactly that. And you just have Mundo up top, just freely pushing. So we're going to have to see if Bluebirds get vision. That's the important part.
Yeah, same. The majority of players go to the bottom wave. Like that, Arkham still getting the tower, even though there are 2 people on him, and the rest of the team are going to start that Baron. It's going to be a Heartshaker seeing what damage he can do from long range, but flash onto him for Wingate. That's going to be dead before he goes to sleep. The ultimate casted by Progress, and he's going to be suppressed instantly. Spider-White going to take his gas at it. It's like Avalon going to make it out alive, and Spider-Man's going to find 5 players in the Baron pit. Shajiro going to be the next one to try to fight a 5v1, and not going to work either. Nozumi seeing the last 4 players try to take a 5v1 and not working out, and he's going to take his losses.
For Rawr, they just went in one at a time over and over and over again. The Zoe just does not do damage. In a normal situation, that Lucian should have been dead to that Paddle Star with the Sleepy Bone struggle. But because she's sitting at 1-8 and doesn't have a second item, they're just conceding Baron, and this is going to put Bluebirds up 8,000 gold. Almost 9,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close game until that happened.
Yeah. So now all 5 are just going to recall.
Now we're going to have Rawr play defense for the next 2 minutes, probably.
Hopefully.
They cannot let Bluebird get more than what they already have at this point, with this advantage that they just got from that less than perfect fight.
Yeah, at this point, Bluebirds is in the driver's seat. They need to push their advantage more and more as this game continues. They are up a lot of gold right now, and a lot of gold is onto that Warwick and Lucian. Lucian finally finishing his 3rd item, matching the Vayne, and is now ahead a Zeal in comparison to the Vayne.
Ooh, that was close from Wild. Rune coming out, and that's going to be Nozumi destroyed.
And this is what I was saying about the Lux.
I know.
This is what I said about the Lux earlier. If the Lux can hit the binding, she will just blow up anyone except for the Mundo and Gragas on the side of Rawr. So they're making the Lux pick work. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it seems to be a little collapse onto the bottom inhibitor turrets. That's allowing that Sage minion to fire one after the other. Yeah, not really trying to do their own damage. It's allowing the Siege minion to do his work while it's just standing in front of the Siege minion. They're gonna back away, see if they can get a dragon for it, probably.
Yeah, the dragon's theirs. There's no way in hell that blue or that oh my god. Oh my god, the Lucian fails the dash over. Wingate. Please.
You tried, man. He tried his best. But they're gonna get the Ocean Drake anyways. Wild sitting around this side, but not gonna go in as fast enough. Wingate using the calling right away, but the tidal wave gonna come out for him for this side of Izumi. Looks like Spider One is gonna be a little removed from this fight if it does start. And we have Bluebird trying to get this mid inhibitor turret if they can, finding not landing on the person they want.
They're trying to push their advantage now that they still have Baron. But, you know, there is a substantial amount of wave clear for the side of Rawr. They can hold out. And even if they lose their last T2 tower, as long as inhibs stay up for Rawr, they can drag this out until late game.
That's really what they want at this point because they have the more scaling side of it. That'd be perfect for them if they could. Just to see how long it actually takes them to do so. One more siege minion shot, that's going to be the turret down.
That's the flash out of Zoe one trick. So, questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable flash.
But hey man, it happened. You know. Oh, we have 4 people coming in onto the bottom inhibitor as we still have Arkham by himself hitting that mid inhibitor turret. And right now, Rawr just has to figure out where they actually want to put their attention. It's gonna be a little bit reset as Arkham jumps up to that tier 2 top tower.
All I can say is a little bit of a questionable ult from the Leona. It wasn't even questionable, it was a good ult, but you just missed like maybe 20 yards to the right.
It happens.
Part of the game.
You call upon the sun and the sun misses. You know?
Yeah, man. That's
why
I
can't see. The sun isn't its size.
Man, it's supposed to be hot, you know, down south. That's why it's hot up here in the northeast. You know?
Oh, there you go. Wow.
Now you can just blame Wild for that. It's all his fault. Can't aim the damn sun right. But anyways,
it takes practice, all right.
It does. It does.
Perfect. Not even Leona.
Not even Leona can aim the sun correctly. But getting back into the game, we do see that Mundo, he was 3-0, but his advantage is starting to become less and less. The cannon has hit 3 items, so he can duel the Mundo. And he's up 2 levels in comparison.
Especially with the Moral Reminder and the Blade of the Ruined King to specifically fight him.
Yeah, hopefully, as long as the cannon can continue to split push and force someone up there, like the only one on the side of Rawr that can fight Avalon is Chochiru. Other than that, everyone else kind of dies to him. Sense. Yeah. Not in a sense. In actuality, they all die. The Zoe is still kind of
in every sense.
In every sense of the imagination, everyone dies to Avalon, except for Vayne. Like the Zoe is still kind of useless. She still had. It's 20. He wishes it was 23 minutes in. It is 32 minutes into the game. He's still not 2 items.
Yeah. Not a fun time, I'd say. But he is at 12. He does have 1250 in the bank, so he should get it soon. Hopefully, seems like he might be going for Banshee's Veil. I think with the null magic and the fiendish.
Yeah, that is Banshee's Veil. Or at least it should be. If he builds something else, God bless his soul. I don't know. Zoe one trick is probably sitting there cringy, like, "What the hell are you doing to my champion?"
Yeah. Like, this is why you don't pick the champion to me. Oh my goodness, but looks like Wild not taking the fight he wants. We're gonna nail this stun onto Shachiru as he's taken out from the fight, but this can be suppressed from Spider-One. means about 5 people. We have Arc Mavlon hitting a huge stun of 3 people. Chudger getting away with his ultimate, but that's going to be 4 players down. That's going to be a bottom inhibitor. That's going to be some Nexus turrets as well. Chudger just
might
trying
be
to
the game.
Yeah, it might be the game. It looks like it actually will be the game as well. Nailing the Nexus turret for the second one. That's going to be hit by hit. Game 1 heading over to Bluebirds with the kill coming in from Wingate to finish off Game 1.
Yeah, that's going to be the ace to finish off the game. Bluebirds taking a commanding 1-0 lead. And this game, it was, you know, back and forth at the beginning, but once the play was made where the Vayne and Nami chased the Kennen and Baron was secured as they went in one at a time, that basically spelled the end of the game for Rawr. And being a first place team, you can't afford to make those rotational mistakes where you have no vision onto Baron and you have your strongest member onto the bot side. The bot side is the farthest away from the Baron. Like, it's common sense, and it's a it's just a mistake that Rawr made, and it just cost them the game.
Yeah, looking at this, where again we have the lower seeded team coming out very strong with really popping up in the Baron play itself, as it was very close up until that point. And if Rawr could just organize a little bit better at that point, it might have been a different outcome. Sadly, that's not how the game panned out, and there is a second game coming up.
Yep, and it's on Rawr to adjust their mental set, say, okay, we lost this game, let's come back and hit the reverse sweep. I would like to see a Zoe ban instead of a Zoe play for the side of Rawr, because the biggest issue that they had was the Zoe. She was 1-9, 177 CS. You know, the jungler had more gold in his pocket than the Zoe. And if you go look at the damage as well, she did do a decent amount of damage, but the Mundo still out-damaged her. And, you know, everyone on the side of Bluebirds who was supposed to do damage, even the Warwick who built tank, still out-damaged the Zoe. So if I'm Rawr, I'm looking at that and saying, okay, let's go on to a different mid-champion and not play Zoe. Because if he plays Zoe again, that might cost them the series and playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't, as they do have another game to play to really switch up what they want to do. As seeing that, trying to have a little team fight of it, with a Vayne in the back, with a Mundo in the front, didn't really work out. They didn't really team fight. The one fight that was actually 5 players, they were kind of mismatched in the planning.
Yep, and that's just what happens when you lose all pressure in the mid lane, and especially all pressure in the jungle. The Warwick just ran over the Gragas. You can't underestimate him. He went 10-1-9 for a reason. But we're going to have to see how Rawr adjusts when we get into Game 2. We're going to take a short little break, but when we come back, we will see Game 2 of this best-of-3 series between Rawr and Bluebird. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
last game, correct?
Yes. So it looks like two bans are actually going to be different from the side of Rawr. Well, they have to change something up if they want to be able to not get 2-0'd in the quarterfinals, I believe.
That's the whole purpose of a best of 3. It's to be able to switch some things up, try some new combinations, adapt to the play. So in this first round, picking up the Morgana, and that's an adaptation.
Yeah. Especially because Rawr, I believe Rawr did ban it last game. So Bluebird really snatching it up right away. Not gonna allow Rawr to get their hands on that whatsoever. We do see Zaya get picked up. So I'll be interested to see if they instantly get the Zaya Rakan because they're both open.
Yeah, I wonder, is it going to be Rakan? It is.
Wow, that's exciting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't see either of those champions last game, so I'm gonna see how it actually turns out in the end of it. Shajuru and we did have, I believe it's Nizumi. Did seem to be very good combo together in the bottom lane, so I'm excited to see how much Rakan can actually take advantage of his extended range in his engages within the game.
Yeah. And the only matchup, we can tell from the picks right now is going to be the Morgana versus the Rakan support. And, I mean, that's... it can go either way, really. I mean, the Morgana has the spell shield. It can kind of mitigate some of the CC that comes out of Rakan, especially in the early game. But it's also, it takes timing. And timing is not always there for some players. So we'll have to see how good this Morgana pick is, because, man, really, I don't know about you. Every time a Morgana is picked in a game, it means that either the player is gonna play really well, it's gonna make things happen for their team, or it's not gonna do anything and it's just gonna be a flop support.
Yeah, for sure, but we'll see how it comes out. Looks like Anivia also gonna be picked up. That's gonna be fun.
Getting hovered, there it is, locked in. Yeah.
We have Amumu as well, coming in from the jungle. That's gonna be a little bit of a new pick within the series as well. Not really sure how experience progress is on that pick, but he's pulling it out in the final game, possibly final game. So it must be something new. But then again, we have Rawr in the dire situation to actually win the game, so we can really see them jump on to some comfort picks if they can.
Yeah. So I mean, the Anivia will be an interesting matchup against the Lux. I mean, you would think that we kind of go in favor of Lux in the early game, but I mean, that's another one of those matchups where it can really go either way based on how one player plays the matchup. And I think in that lane it really does kind of more so lean on the Anivia. Lux is one of those champs that you can just play and kind of be a terrible player and still get something off, Obviously, if you're a good
it's pretty difficult
player,
to not land your E. So
yeah, I mean, but obviously, if you're a good Lux player, then you could outplay and it'd make good plays happen. But the Anivia is a little bit more challenging, takes a little bit higher skill level in terms of landing your Q and then being able to use your wall effectively and when to use your ult and when not to use your ult. So it'll be interesting to see how that matchup plays out in the long run.
Those can really be serious team fight changers where she puts her wall in the end of it. Do you block out and let one of your players to die, or do you just block out and let one of their players die? So it's very different depending on how it actually comes out. Once again, we're seeing Lucian and a Cannon band, both very strong picks from Bluebird last game.
Dude, we don't even need to talk about the bands. Let's talk about the Ivern pick.
Okay.
that's something to talk about.
Man, Ivern, to see the difference, I'm excited to see the different pathing, how that does. Does he go for the enemy jungle with his passive of I believe it's the Friend of the Forest is what it's called. They take the enemy jungle. Does he try to switch up and fake out going for it?
I mean, I think this is actually one of the situations where Ivern can actually do it, pretty good in this matchup because, like you were just saying, I mean, he's got that passive where he leaves behind a buff so that not only he gets a buff but can also pass it off. Amumu is not somebody that's going to be really invading him and disrupting him in the jungle too much most of the time. In your common Amumus, we'll see how Progress plays it, but so Ivern will have some flexibility and will be able to attempt some ganks. I think the big difference is going to come down to the mid game and late game of Amumu, this tanky, CC heavy jungler versus the Ivern, which is slightly less tanky, slightly
Very
less
supportive.
CC, more utility based. And so
I mean, even looking at the utility with his Q, where he can have any amount of his teammates jump onto a player, I can probably really help out Rakan's engage and also Kled's engage as he's picked up as well. I feel like Ivern can really come out strong within these team fights if he's able to land his roots quickly and effectively. And then, again, if you root an Amumu, no one's going to jump onto an Amumu.
Yeah, and now the team comp being rounded out with the Kled pick there, and now I was kind of hoping for more of a tanky top laner that we kind of rounded out, but you know what? Maybe it's just because I'm not a Kled player. He is tanky in a way. He does have that Scarl passive that does give him that massive health bar and have the ability to get that health bar back. Yeah, he is deceptively tanky. So it's just not your default like CC tank. But it'll be interesting to see how that team comp comes together. I mean, it's flexible, that's for sure.
Something I'm excited about is last game we had Wingates as the ADC, but now it looks like Arkham is going to take that ADC spot, and Wingate's going to be thrown up in the top lane. Really showing the power of not having to be an LCS order. They can actually do these little mind games with the enemy. They're going to take advantage of it very quickly. Right.
And it'll be interesting to see now. That very last pick for the blue side was the Varus. So now we've got the Varus Morgana matchup versus Xayah Rakan. And I mean, dude, I want to see the Varus and Morgana lane win. I'll tell you what, I love Varus. It's interesting to see that matchup. And when you have that dual CC when they hit level 6 where you can just lock people down forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be pretty sweet. Well, if they can pull it off correctly.
Well, yeah, you also have the CC on the side of, I think it's Rawr now. Yeah, Rawr is on the red side now. I mean, it's a duo. We have the Rakan and Xayah duo, so very strong CC from both them as well. So it's really who can land the CC they want, I think. Xayah and Rakan are more of a level 3, level 4, but as soon as they hit level 6, it can really change it up.
Yeah, we are. I don't know about you. I'm getting a spectator error, so we're going to have to take just a minute to try to get in here. I know on stream she was able to load it up. Miss Slim here. But,
spectate. Yeah, we can spectate off of her.
But, we'll try to get it back in here shortly, so just bear with us. We'll keep talking about the picks, make it seem like we know some stuff.
Yeah. My good old Silver 3.
We didn't really talk about the Gangplank Kled matchup and what that's going to end up looking like. Who do you think is going to end up winning that early on?
Early on, I think it's probably going to be a Kled unless Gangplank can really take advantage of his Kleptomancy procs with his Q if he can really poke down the Kled. That's hard because there's no real constant damage, really bursty damage that Gangplank can do, so it could allow Kled to quickly get his Scarl if he does fall off it.
Yeah.
Looks like as we are jumping to the game, looks like it might be Rawr looking to get a 5-man down in the bottom of the river, but looks like they're going to trade sides. The Blue are going to go above them, also in the bottom of the river.
Yeah, same half of the map, different pathing. So We might see a collision just yet.
Excited to see what happens if they try to get out of these situations. We'll see. Again, it's the
And
game.
let's because
game
we did
two.
have this spectator issue. Let's make sure we're synced up on time real quick. I'm at just about to hit 1 minute right now.
Yep.
All right,
Good.
perfect. So we really are seeing like the full trade up, right? We got red team at the enemy red buff, blue team at the enemy blue buff. They're just having a grand old time, and everybody's pinging now. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
At this point, we have Ivor's like expected to gank because he has his passive. But really seeing the Moo and the bottom lane try to get the enemy blue buff, it's gonna be interesting to see if for Khan, you can see when they actually try to get away. Happen. They're both gonna get to their lanes safely.
So remember in the pregame lobby when I was saying, yeah, Mumi's not really gonna counter gank or counter invade, and Ivern's gonna be able to do his own jungle fine. Yeah, that didn't happen.
No, right away it's gonna be changed.
Yep. But I mean, hey, at least he got the he didn't lose anything out of that invade. It was just a mutual trade-off.
Oh wow, Spider-Wan really taking advantage of Wingate there. Wingate has a corrupted potion. So.
I believe it's pronounced Spooter.
Spooter?
Spooter.
Spooter Juan.
At least that's how I always say it in my head, so.
You have one flashing forward, but gonna eat his oranges. Spider-Wan gonna go back onto the Scarl.
He is about to have Scarl here in a second.
Oh, that's a shame
the
from
clutch
Wingate.
time. Wingate did not think he was gonna get the Scarl, and he thought he was gonna get the insta kill there, but unfortunately, Spooter had that extra little bit of health. Like he survived with maybe what 20 health, 30 health.
Probably less. I cannot. Oh, probably like around maybe 10 or 20. That's really a shame. Yeah, again, I was saying before where deceptively tanky on the side of Spooter Juan.
The Spooter.
The Spooter.
I don't know, man. He talks a lot in the Overdrive Discord, so I've always just got set his name in my head.
Yeah. I was thinking I might change him again. I mean, Wingate does have the oranges, so he can get out of the pullback from the bear on the trap. Bear trap on a rope.
What is
wow, randomly walking into two players. No, we want to see with the ignite burn onto him.
Interesting pathing. Maybe he just wanted to go ward the river or something. It's a good question.
Just didn't want to. Maybe he thought it was like not be able to see. Drax from Infinity War,
Either way, now this bot lane has to play safe because they've now burned their heal and the flash on their support.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing they're not Rawr, so they're not actually in a terrible situation game-wise. But that's gonna be a route landed, but not gonna have anything come from it. And we do have progress on the top side, but it's gonna back away.
I don't know if you noticed there, but that was a very selfish shield from Morgana. She shielded herself when Rakan dashed in instead of giving it to the Varus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hook a buddy up.
Now what you like to see from a supportive player. A true support saves himself.
But he did get it down in time to stop the knockup. So
true, he is showing how good he is on the champion.
He can do the timing, just needs to hit the right person.
Oh, but Wingate getting tower dove. Scooter One getting a second kill.
That's just going to be a tough matchup from here on out. I mean, that's just how top lane is. It's so frustrating. Fall down one kill, and then if you aren't in a situation where your jungler can gank for you, then you're just going to kind of spiral. And you've got to play super safe. You got to play in a tower and just farm it up. And unfortunately, Wingate on the gangplank just...
The root went out to Zaya, though. Not able to do much damage. That's me nussing Knight onto him, but not get enough damage.
I wish I could go back in time and tell the viewers, watch out for that spike from your mic. That was so loud.
Oh,
oh god. But, sorry, viewers.
Whoops, don't worry. It's fine. Alright. I'm gonna move my mic away from my mouth a little bit. Oh, Progress coming around behind the turrets. He's gonna, looks like Shatru's gonna go down. Nazumi, last one standing in the bottom lane. We have new slaves coming in to help out. Wild and Arkham and Progress all very low. Flash forward from new slaves. Are actually gonna get one kill in return.
Yeah, the both flashes from the junglers. I mean, Progress with the interesting gank path flashed over the wall from the enemy's tri-bush to try to get in there. And I mean, it was close, but he missed the minding
new slaves try to wrap around Zoe one trick. Zoe one trick, gonna see the bushes pop up. And play it safe, maybe. Yeah.
It's not too hard to figure out when a Ivern is trying to come up behind you when he throws those bushes down.
Tough to not notice, really.
Yep. You gotta have a special kind of ignorance to try to ignore that gank coming. But the question mark ping going down on the red buff of Ivern. Did he just did he do it, or honestly, I'll be honest with you, I don't even understand how his passive mark works at times. I know he's got it, what looks like it marked right now, and it's gonna die on its own, I guess. Is that?
Well, you see the circle filling up, and then I think he just uses smite on it, and then it dies. I believe so.
Interesting.
To what I remember. Yeah, smite. There we go. Tames them, you're told.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a Kled coming in on the top lane onto Gangplank, but he's gonna miss a little bit. That's gonna be a question mark ping onto him.
The question mark ping. The BM that only we can see.
The only one that matters that the viewers can see.
True that.
And Hardshaker gonna push that wave under tower on Zoe one trick getting there right in time. Zoe one trick trapped inside of the ultimate. So close.
See, when we were talking about it in the pregame, now that right there shows me that this Articuno knows how to play.
What? The what?
Articuno, man.
Articuno?
Do you not play Pokemon?
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, shups. Oh, Progress not in where he wants to be, as he's in a 2-on-1 situation, but we have Wingate coming up behind, not where he wants to be either. That's going to bear trap on the rope, pulling him back in, as Hardshaker going to come and try to get an assist. That's going to be another double kill from Kled. And that's not looking good for Bluebird, who wants this to be a quick series. Wild also taking a lot of damage. Nizumi with the charm on to Avalon, not going to last long enough. And let's see where your roots on. In return, Arkham getting a kill himself. Going to go one kill for each bottom laner. Wild's wrapping around, see if he can get another binding. Doesn't land it. He's getting a lot of damage in return. He's around 100 health. Ignite on Shijiro, though, ulting. Again, not able to grab the E. And that's going to be a 2-for-1.
Yeah, if Arkham had landed the piercing arrow there from his Q, he would have been able to save his buddy Morgana, but, you know, it was hard. It's not the easiest skill shot in the world to hit. I did get the insider trading information that when Ivern has got that full circle filled in, he really does not need to use his not ignite, smite on it. You know, he just really uses that smite early on just to help out with it.
He just clicks it?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
It just fills up and then it goes to him.
Here it goes.
It's now his pet. Dude, I'm disappointed in your lack of Pokemon knowledge, though. I know it's a Nivea, man, but Articuno, come on now.
Sorry? I'm playing. There's a reason I'm not commentating over Pokemon, okay?
Dude, let's start a Pokemon League. I want to commentate some Pokemon battles.
I mean, you go right ahead, man.
Alright, sorry, guys.
I know fight is a move, that's all. Fight and scratch.
We'll get back to the game. So, one thing that I noticed earlier was that this first Drake is going to be a Wind Drake. And which team do you think actually would benefit from that? Or should both teams just kind of prioritize that first Rift Herald? Or the Rift Herald?
Which team would benefit most? I feel like on the side. Oh, but it looks like we had 2-on-1 tower dive in the top lane. The stopwatch can be pulled out from Wingate. Spider-1 very low, but he's going to have that Scarl, so he's going to switch up the intensity of the turrets. We have Wingate just surviving for a little bit. Spider-1 looking to jump back in. Progress doing a surprise party with Zoe One Trick using her ultimate from far down. And Progress chasing after our New Slaves. New Slave popping the potion, trying to heal up as much as possible. Ultimate coming up from Wingate. And we had New Slaves using his flash finally, as he cannot last any longer.
Yeah, during all that, there was also a great fight in the bot lane where the 2v2, sorry, the 2v2 matchup just went in favor of Shizaru with an awesome dodge of the binding, and was able to then turn around with the Rakan help on Azumi to really make a lot of things happen, a lot of damage happen.
Yeah.
You know, when the Morgana misses the CC, it opens up all kinds of possibilities.
Like you were saying with the Cloud Drake, it seems like Rawr is much more focused on the engage, like with the Ivern and the Kled and the Rakan himself. Much more focused on getting in the face of the enemy. But on the side of Bluebird, it's much more of a long-range approach. Keep their distance, but that looks like Judge, you're not going to care. Avalon is going to be 1v1s. Wild's going to be towered up, and he's going to jump right back out. That was a one-on-one. There was a Rakan there, but he did nothing.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where right as Morgana is getting back towards the lane, the Varus puts himself in a tough position, and, you know, Morgana really couldn't do much there. Even if she landed that binding or threw that spell shield down sooner, it really wouldn't have done much, because Varus just, I mean, the Arkham just got a little too low there.
Ooh. Progress use coming in onto 2 players. That's going to be Ivern dropping, and the smite is out, so Progress is going to steal that dragon in the end. That's going to be Spider-1 with the TP in, though. We have Nezumi ulting out, but it looks like finally going to have Progress drop as well. So One Trick and Wild doing what they can to stop these backs and maybe get a kill on Nezumi. Looks like he's going to be rooted from Shajiro, and he's going to die to Zoe One Trick with the shutdown. Gold going into Trick's pocket.
Nice, and I really want to go back and relook at where Morgana was when that fight initially started, because if Morgana had maybe made her way around that dragon pit corner a little sooner, she could have maybe got two there out of that, the Rakan and the Xayah there. Ooh,
double coming out from Zoe One Trick and Spooder1. That's gonna be a bear trap on a rope, pulling in. Whoa, that was a lot of damage from Spooder1. Surprise party coming in from Progress, but he's gonna be walled away from the enemy. Spooder1 and Heartshaker are gonna just escape with a small bit of health from each of them. Progress seeing if he can land onto Heartshaker. Not gonna do anything with it. That's gonna be a red turret down in tier 1. Bomb turret.
Yeah, that was a very interesting attempt, and if Progress was a little closer there, then he might have been able to pick up a kill before Nivea was able to protect the buddy Spooder there. So I guess Spooder and Ivern have kind of traded roles for the last couple minutes, as we see he's headed down to the bot lane now, and Ivern's just chilling on top.
No one's actually headed up top lane either, so
yeah, Slaves is just like, dude, I'll take the free farm, man.
Okay, I got you, man.
Minions don't die this easy in the jungle.
Having a little one-on-one of Shooter and Arkham. Nothing really coming out of it. Once again, we have New Slaves trying to get the engage, trying to get the jungle camps of the opponents. Daisy being called in, Nezumi jumping on 2 Wild. Wild stuck in between. That's going to be a surprise party, and Nezumi is going to regret jumping into that party right away.
I don't think he realized how many people were invited to the party. Because
finally grab that blue buff.
They don't even have a ward there in that blue buff bush. So I mean, they had no idea Morgana was up in that area. Lux had roamed that way. That was unfortunate. I think that was a
one-on-one hangout, but looks like it's not.
Hard bait from New Slaves, baiting in Nezumi.
Now, looking at the bottom lane, though, we're seeing Spooderwan may be able to get around to Avalon. Looks like Avalon is going to notice it with the Vision Ward. That's going to be a Rift Herald. Maybe start it up on the side of Rawr. We're seeing some items come in from both sides. We have this Storm Razor built by Zaya, along with the Blade of the Ruin King finally finished on Avalon. Let's see the difference in their focus and damage.
Don't get me wrong, Storm Razor is great. I'm gonna hold this thought because looks like Progress
jumping in 3 players. And we have Wingate coming in, almost lands the triple barrel, but not gonna get it in the end. We have Shadru coming in from behind. New Slaves did drop to Avalon, and they're gonna realize that this is a lost fight, so we're gonna have Rawr make his way out.
Yes, sorry. Since you brought up itemization, though, when looking at the ADCs, I like Storm Razor. It's good in the early game. It gives you a little bit of burst since that ADC change up, but
here we see Wild not able to dodge the ultimates. He's gonna pay it for his life. His charge grew and dropping that should be the top tier 1.
But I really like Blade of the Ruin King on Varus. I mean, maybe I'm just a Varus fanboy, which I am, but this, I mean, it's gonna, I feel like that extra survivability that he's gonna have now, plus the Morgana shield, plus the Amumu and Lux CC that he's got in front of him, as long as he positions correctly in these fights, which, I mean, dude, that's how all ADCs have to do, right?
Yeah, right here we have the engagement Clay going over the wall blocking Bird's escape, and Progress gonna fall along with Wild. That was an amazing, amazing block from Heartshaker.
Yeah, that was a beautiful wall, and Heartshaker really showing me that he knows how to play the Articuno right. I want him to be on my Pokemon squad.
The Articuno?
Dude.
Can we all look it up? What is this Articuno? Are you able to put a picture of the Articuno on this screen?
Oh no, I thought you were making a joke saying Articuno. It's an Articuno.
Articuno?
Dude, I will hook you up with a picture of Articuno.
Hook me up. Put it on stream in the top right corner of the league game.
Oh no, we're not gonna do that. There,
all those who don't know what it is.
Oh Jesus, that's like a super long fucking link. But I'll go ahead and check out the link in the chat. And Bishop, this is Kaiser here, and Canadian casting the play-by-play. Anyways, back to the game.
Again, we have not much happening in the game. We have the Ocean Drake to be fought over a little bit. Wards being placed.
Much more contestable than the Air Drake or Wind Drake.
Yeah, looks like it was. I mean, it still was very contested though, as we did see Amumu jump into 3 players and able to steal it, which was fun to watch.
Good point. You got longer memory than I do.
Avalon, not sure where he was aiming. He shot down a wall with his Q. Hey, you know, what can you do? No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. I like it. It just made me think of, well, no, sorry. Obscure reference. Not
we do have a TB coming in from Spooderwan from behind the Dragon Pit. But no, it's gonna be seen. And all of Bluebird gonna be together at the bottom of the red red. Looks like it's gonna be engaged from Spooderwan. We're gonna lag a little bit, but we're gonna see a huge fight. That's gonna be a 5-man root from Amumu. But that's gonna be Nezumi falling first, while able to make it out. Progress in the middle of 3 players. We have 1 player dropping. Blue Slave's also gonna fall on the side of Wild. That's gonna be a Rawr 2 for 1 now. We have Avalon trying to get out of 3 players. He's gonna die as well. Spooderwan still alive with a lot of health left on the Skarl. See if Zori One Trick can able to disengage as best as he can.
Man, that was just hectic. I mean, there was one point in the fight where you called out the 5-man ultimate from Amumu, which was pretty brilliant, but they just did not have the damage yet. The left ult came across and it looked good, but it only landed on one person. And you know, Anivia, Zaya stayed alive, and Spooter lost the Scar early on and was able to earn it back. And so that was able to really turn the fight, in my opinion.
Again, they actually just grab the Ocean Drake in the end. So it's one Drake for each side. Or have Baron up now. I'm wanting to see a little bit of a more vision placed around it, but you know, can't expect much. See a little bit more. Right now we do see, as we did have a 4-0 Spooter One at the beginning of this game. He's trying to do what he can to bring that lead to the rest of his team, but yeah, I have to try a little bit harder as it's not feeding much, as it's only a 1.5k gold lead, as the lead has split up around the map. Oh, looks like I just looked at the gold, and Newslayer is actually running Futures Market to get those items a little bit quicker. Excuse me.
Yeah. Getting a lot of pings going down, and this vision fight is really starting. And
I cannot get a drink of water right now. It's Spooter One ults into 2 players, but he's gonna be disengaged very quickly, wanting to do what they can to get an early Baron.
Yeah,
so
top laners
right away.
trading the supports there.
Izumi jumping all around the place, taking those skill shots, making Bluebird use them quickly.
All right, guys, everybody's ready for the ARAM.
I'm ready to go. Daisy is up. We have the Black Shield blocking the route from New Slaves. Daisy gonna be stopped in her tracks though. Root landed onto Nizumi.
Ooh.
Again, seeing just a 5-on-5. No ganks. Daisy's gonna die.
Too bad progress was on the other side of that lane when Morgana binding landed.
Yeah, we do have progress showing into 4 players. Gonna miss his bandages as he's in the middle of the Anivia ultimate. Again, not much coming from it. That's gonna be Chains of Corruption landing onto Spooter One, almost dropped at his Scarl. Rooted in the middle of Anivia's ultimate is progress. That's the ultimate pop from Izumi as well, but as he starts his ultimate, that's a lot of cooldowns that didn't really amount to much. As we had Spooter One, New Slaves, and Nizumi all use their ultimates. On the other side though, Arkham and Wingate both ultimates down, wanting to get the Baron if they can. They might come into a problem if they do go towards Baron right away again.
Yeah, I mean, both teams kind of have decent vision around the Baron right now. We'll see which team prioritizes a little more in the next minute and a half once these wards start to drop. Especially the ones from blue side. Does not look like they have any pink wards across the map at the moment. So
yeah. Once again, seeing Daisy be brought out. Once again, having a little bit of a 3-on-3 in the mid lane at this point. There are a few more objectives around the map to actually get. They're expanding. They're expanding from the middle lane, which is nice to see from them.
Now I want to see a full-on ARAM. Bring it on.
Hey, you do you, man. Want to try different things? It's alright.
That's how any good Pokemon battle plays out. 5v5 in the mid lane.
I like it.
Dude, I don't know.
Well, like a gym battle is like 1 lane, right? Just between like 2.
So you
oh, but it looks like Nizumi gonna try to hit up Wild. Wild's gonna make it out alive. Once again.
You guys heard him. He referenced the gym battle. He does know Pokemon. He just somehow does not know Articuno.
I know Pikachu.
Fucking poser, dude.
I know. Oh, but looks like Wild's gonna hit the Black Shield just in time of the Anivia stun. Oh my goodness, Anivia getting brought so low from the multiple routes.
Absolutely.
Oh, looks like I think Kled went the wrong way there.
Direction, unfortunate. He was in such a panic to save his
They might lose the mid tower because of it. At least half the health.
Potential. He's looking to come in and fight though, and they don't want to take this. This is a 4v5.
Yeah, it's only one trick, backing off a little bit.
But they're
does have oh, Nezumi trying to do the charm, but Progress had the black shield onto him, jumping into three-player route, four-player route. That's just Soy ultimates being used right now. Constant damage from both sides. Would be a Nezumi in the middle of three players, as we have two players drop on the side of Bluebirds. Bluebird in full retreat at this point.
Dude.
Oh, man, and there you have it. Bottom wave of minions crashing into the tower. Hopefully doesn't matter much, as there is a Baron on the top side. Might be losing their bottom tier 2 on the bottom side. Again,
in terms of tankiness versus DPS right now, we're seeing Rawr come out way on top. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bluebirds had some damage, but these...
oh, so close. The surprise party, but not going to get enough, as Progress going to drop, and Avalon and Zoe One Trick need to get out quickly, and that route is going to help a lot. And
like, look right there. The Lux damage just isn't quite there yet. I mean, she kind of took a safer build with her pathing, with that tier item, and it's just that. And then Arkham, you know, as much as I said I like the Blade of the Ruined King, followed it up with a Phantom Dancer. So in terms of damage per auto attack, it's not super high. You know, he's doing a decent amount of percent damage, but he has to also land the skills, his Q and his E, to follow it up, to be able to do like that burst off of his passive procs. And I mean, really, we'll have to wait and see what the damage graph looks like at the end of the game. And you know, but impact just in general, it really seems like the biggest mismatch here is the top lane matchup. I feel like Spooter has been a great resource, a great tank with some damage for the side of Rawr, whereas Wingate, I just don't feel like I'm seeing him in the fights really.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, as in the very beginning of the game, we had Spooter get a four kills on to Wingate, so really put him behind a lot there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas we have him on a 4 and 1 little split push from Spooter 1, really maximizing the lead that they did get in the beginning of this game.
All that said, though, I feel like Bluebirds does still have the potential to get back in this game. They just have to find a way to get picks onto the key members of Rawr. If they can find a pick onto Heartshaker's Anivia, or onto Shijaru's Zaya, or just somehow manage to find a point in the game where they can get a 3v5. Right now, the challenge with their the 4v5 fight that they had earlier was, you know, Anivia was on the way, showed up late, was able to clean up, but just how long it took them to kill some of these characters. You know, Spooter was one of their main focuses in the fight, and that's, you know, I mean, yeah, he does damage, but your big damage champions, Shijaru and Heartshaker, need to be focused first if possible.
Yeah, I'm looking at these two teams. We have the Zoe, and we have the Lux. Zoe's playing the Lux, and then also Morgana with, and there's ult, and the Mumu Q, all good for getting picks. On the other side, there's also great ways to get picks as well. So yeah, it's which one can actually hit the priority target first with their single target CC. So I want to see if they're able to do it in the end.
Yeah, and I mean, I really haven't been paying attention too much to what Gangplank's been doing in these team fights. I almost want to see him try to split push. I mean, he can't right now because of the Baron minions and the pressure of the 5v fight, or 5v5 or 5v4 if he wasn't there. But he needs to find a way to create some kind of pressure in the game.
That's a cleanse used. There's a little cleanse used from Anivia. Scared of jump onto him as Baron buff is finally gone. That should be the turret down in the bottom lane as well. A good rotation from the side of Rawr. Saying like, hey, I know we lost the first game pretty badly, but we do not want to have a quick 2-0 like what just happened in the earlier series. And especially not to the lower seeded team.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm holding out hope for Bluebird. As fun as it would be to see a game 3, I would love to go to sleep soon.
I agree.
I'd love to let my buddy Slim, who's been working all day, go to sleep soon. We should not have to worry about streaming the game, but we do what we do for the love of the game, so
there you go. Glad to be back after like 5 weeks of non-casting. It was exciting. Oh, but looks like in the mid lane we're having Morgana quickly dive, but it looks like an egg. Nivea gonna be popped for the first time in this game. Budoran chasing after Progress. That's gonna be finally gonna catch after 2 people. We have Mizumi getting a triple charm onto the side of Bluebird. Wingate on the run. Also, we have Zoe One Trick and Arkham both trying to get out as fast as they can. That's one more fight in the favor of Rawr.
Yeah, and I mean it looked good at the start. The Nivea was picked off or caught out there or something, but I mean it's a good pick in a sense that it's a hard champion to catch out. Even when you get a lot of damage onto her quick, she got the egg form, and if her teammates are in range to be able to respond like they were, then it's almost a waste of their abilities. Now you're caught on the back foot.
And we do have the re-engage from the side of Bluebird. Once again, they're going to pay for it as Wild falls once again. Not what you want if you're on the side of Bluebird. This does not look promising to be a 2-0.
Yeah.
It is a 9k gold lead on the side of Rawr.
Alright, I'm now accepting all applications for casters, both play-by-play and color. Please be sure to submit your resume and cover letter in Twitch chat. Thank you.
Very quickly, so that preferably before the next game starts.
Please. Oh man. Crack ourselves up, dude.
You gotta do something to stay awake. All good.
Dude, true that. So, Baron and Dragon getting ready to spawn here at the same moment. And this next dragon is going to be the last one before we're going to have an Elder Drake. Unless somebody goes and rushes it down real quick in the next minute. So, one last ocean. So, if if Rawr picks it up, 3 ocean drakes, man, that's going to be massive.
Yeah, especially if they're able to if they can get a Baron and then also have 3 ocean drakes to constantly be able to fight in the base and then back off, get health back so quickly, and then just go right back into the enemy base. That's when it gets really scary. It's not even scary enough. They have to get even more scary.
I think, right.
Do you have the ult? Oh, once again, we have Rawr going the wrong way.
Unfortunately.
He's going to pay for it in the river as Mizumi jumping out, trying to get, as he was caught out there. So it looks like Progress going to be the one to fall. Wild, still at 100 health. He is going to die as well as the newbie as the one that kills him. Spooderron finally makes it back in as Avalanche drops. That's going to be a huge stun coming out from Bluebird, trying to do what they can to stay alive. But Zoe One Trick not able to get a kill herself. Going to drop away. Wingate also standing away as fast as possible. We now have 3 players pushing down the mid lane. Let's see what they can do in this 3v2. I do see a TP probably coming in from Spooderron very quickly. But it's not going to be what comes up, as there is still high death timers. They're not going to do anything at this point with them. We just want to make this game last as long as possible. Perfect.
Right. So that team fight though, real quick. I want to revisit one aspect of it. So Spooter ults in the wrong direction, funny, but he leaves his team in a 4v5 situation where they then turn it around and win it. And then he comes in and is just able to get a kill or two and clean it up. I mean, if that didn't just show the power of the team that they've put together right now, I mean, this comp has so much utility to it. Nivea gets picked off. She has her passive egg. Teammates are able to respond.
Yeah, we do have Bluebird. Spooter finally ulting in the correct decision underneath the burn pit. Looks like we're in Ivern rooted from the Varus. The wild shot, very low by Spooter. He's going to survive for this little bit. Stunned up from Nizumi as well. Spooter trying to drop from Skarl, getting his Skarl back very quickly, but he's going to fall. That's going to be a 1-for-1 in this fight. Nizumi getting around from the back line. That's going to distract Zoe and Arkham. Going to go to a one-on-one flash forward from Hardchicker. That's going to be a Nizumi also knocking up the Zoe one trick. I mean, 2-for-1. Now we're going to have also Shijaru take out Arkham to have a 3-for-1 in the ends. And that should be Baron and should be game.
Should be Baron, should be game. They're going to sit here and regen most of their health while doing Baron just from these 3 Ocean Drakes. And realistically, they should just base and buy, but they could.
When he can. Trying to throw a party for himself. He's going to root everyone up.
Party for one, please. But they're just going to, they're going to play smart. They're going to base. They're going to buy some items. Get the full heal, get the full mana back up, and push it
Again,
down.
reset at the 13k gold lead.
Yeah,
looking rough.
Shijaru, I'm not happy with you, dude. That tower would have dropped anyways. You don't need to be staying down there by yourself. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna back now. He's gonna back now, not gonna back in time with the team.
Yeah, but that's annoying. It's always annoying when one person doesn't back with the team, and then you're waiting with this nice fancy Baron buff to be able to go up and push the enemy's base in, and it's like, dude, why aren't you here?
I mean, I just want to see. I want to see a Spooter 1v5. That can happen. He's fine. He's full build.
He is full build.
We do have a Magi's on the Ivern as well. It's 17 stacked. I didn't even see that. Dark Seal stacked up on Heartshaker. Wow. Like, that's a full build for everyone on the side of Rawr except for the support.
Well, 10k extra gold will do that to you.
Again, we have Spooter jumping into a team of Bluebird, but he's not going to care. That's Spooter and Nizumi dropping first in that fight though. Progress also going to die. 1-for-1. They're going to grab that inhibitor turret, but Spooter going to ignore that. Going to drop to his Skarl. Shijaru rooting up, but not going to have the ult come out from Zoe one trick fast enough. Spooter almost at Skarl once again. Deceptively tanky, like we were saying. That's going to be a second Nexus turret dropped. And new space, Spooter, Shijaru, and Heartshaker all going to be the last ones to put the nail in the coffin for the second game. And that's going to be 1-1 in this series.
Yay. No, I'm sorry. No. Congrats to Rawr. That was a good win. I mean, you said deceptively tanky there at the end, and that kind of stood out to me because dude was just tanky, man. Like, the Varus was sitting there auto-attacking him with a Blade of the Ruin King, with an Infinity Edge, and he was just rubbing him with a feather, basically. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I feel like there was just small issues here and there with how Bluebirds decided to itemize in that game. But overall, that was just a win from the utility that Rawr built into their team comp, and then they played around it. They played as a team. I mean,
yeah. I mean, not much to say. We had a great start from Spooter. We had Heartshaker that wasn't killed. Went into egg form once, I think. I mean, that was the only time he went to his egg form.
Yeah, I think if you're Bluebirds, you take this game and you say, all right, what did they do right? What can we ban out from them from this game? I'd think about maybe the Anivia. I'd think about maybe the Kled. Ivern, don't get me wrong, he played it well, but I don't feel like it was a definitive factor. And then at the same time, think about their own team comp. What could have gone better? I feel like not everything really meshed together. I mean, yeah, in theory, if you land the Amumu ult and throw the Gangplank ult on top of it, and you have the Morgana binds, the Morgana ultimate, and the Varus ultimate all locking people down, in theory, that's great. But in practice, really didn't come together at all. With Gangplank kind of losing out early in the lane, he really just wasn't much of a force during the game. And so maybe try to find a way for Wingate to have an impact in the next game is really what they need to be looking for.
Like you were saying, it's tough. Against a one-to-one, they both have a win under their belts. I don't think you would know that by watching the first game and the second game to be able to see that there is some way for both teams to win these games.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess we'll see it. I guess we'll see how it works out in the end as we get ready for the third and final game of the night between Rawr and Bluebirds. You guys want to stick around? Thank you very much. See how it goes.
Almost sound like a question. You guys want to stick around?
Yeah,
you need to stick around. Game 3 coming up next.
So...
Game 3 coming up next. Stick around. Bye.
Do it. Hello, and welcome back to the final game of Rawr versus Bluebird. I am once again Canadian, joined once again by Coach Kaiser, and we're excited to have the last game. This might be a little bit more laid back in terms of the intensity that we put out.
Are we excited?
I'm so excited. It's just my
I'm just
excitement might be hidden a little bit behind tiredness.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that, but no, you got that correct. This is an exciting matchup. I mean, Bluebird coming in as the underdogs, taking the first game, and now Rawr coming back and pretty dominating second game. They had that really solid team comp, and I mean, we're already seeing Nivea banned out because that was such a big factor in that second game there.
Once again, like you were saying, the what's it called? Articuno?
The Articuno, yes.
Articuno, obviously the most powerful Pokemon in all of League of Legends.
Dude.
I can see.
Dude, you're still disappointing me with your loss of knowledge, man. Did I say lost? Lack.
Which one is Pikachu? Out of all League of Legends characters, which one is Pikachu?
Kennen.
Oh, it makes so much sense. Wow. League of Legends is Riot Games is actually just stealing from Pokemon.
Yeah, man.
This is remarkable. You heard it here first, boys.
Jesus. All right, back to the champ select. We've got all the bands out on the floor already, so let's look at what they've changed up. Right, Bluebirds first off have actually. Ooh,
waiting. Well, they have banned Zach every game.
So one point of clarification here. No. One second,
what?
Let me do it. Yes, point of clarification. Let me actually edit this real quick.
Okay.
On Stream Elements currently, sorry, not Stream Elements. On the champ select right now, it's showing Bluebirds is the right team. Rawr is the left team. That's incorrect. Bluebirds is actually on the left for this game. They're on blue side.
True.
And Rawr is on the right side. We'll just keep it this way for right now. The picks and bans are correct. I was sitting here wondering why Bluebirds banned their own Warwick. It was a real question I had. And
True.
they didn't.
Yeah.
That's a ban that Rawr has still. So
okay.
That's alright. It's late. We've been working hard. Let me fix this real quick.
I mean, you've been working hard. I've been hardly working. That's okay.
Wow. When I said we've been working hard, I was mainly talking about Slim.
Yeah, Slim killing it.
The one running the stream.
One actually that's working hard.
There it is. There's the overlay I'm looking for.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, Zach banned at every game. Zoe has been taken away from the Zoe one trick every game, whether that be picked against them or banned for the last 2 games. And also Rek'Sai, not actually have any idea how good Progress is. Is it Progress? I'm confused from the differences. From the side differences here. No, actually it is New Slaves is Rek'Sai that's being banned out. Yeah, not really sure how strong it is, but I guess it's strong because it's been banned every game. Yeah, when you're not casting for 5 weeks, it hurts the lack. It brings down a lack of knowledge on the actual players and how they do.
It happens, man.
Also, the Thresh we picked up. The first game it has not been banned, and Progress is going to jump on that. Not Progress. Oh, it's actually the names are switched. Okay.
Yeah, I've got to fix the names too.
So it is. They're taking Zumi's Thresh really quick. Shoot! Finally, being left up. They're gonna take advantage of it. Very good. Very good. Now we do see having whether it be Arkham or Wingate on the top lane. They're grabbing the Dr. Mundo back from the first game, where they did find. What was? No, actually, no. I'm completely forgetting how the game works in this series. Spooter was the one with window in the first game, and they did not do well. I'm glad to see a first pick from Kled. Good. Saying that, hey, we did well with him last game, might as well try him again. And the same thing with Ivern. And it looks like they're just going to get a better support from the Thresh.
Yeah, sorry. I was just catching up. When you said better support, it threw me through a loop.
No worries.
I was thinking it was replacing
the player?
Oh, the Morgan. No.
Oh. Let me have the bans come through. Sorry. We have double ADC ban coming out from the side of Bluebird. Really not caring about Shajiru's skill level on those crit ADCs. They're going to punish him for it, as he does. That is the last champion for them to pick. Oh man, it's a good time.
A lot of talking for you, huh?
It's a great time, man. Don't worry about
it. 2 seconds off from being done.
2 seconds. I'm 1, 2. Good stuff. But yeah.
Right. And literally as you count down, it changed. So. All right. But anyways, let me catch up here. So in the mid lane, we're gonna have the Lux again. I wonder. Okay, maybe Karma mid lane, maybe Karma bot lane.
I would assume it's support. Oh no, it's
It is the Karma mid.
It seems to be mid lane. All right, that's gonna be a exciting difference.
I do like Karma mid,
yeah.
But one of the things they struggled with Bluebird's last game was not having enough damage in the mid lane, and as a Lux not having enough damage in the mid lane. So hopefully maybe the Lucian, maybe the Graves will compensate for that a bit. Maybe on the rest of the team they're gonna have a little bit more damage.
Yeah. I mean, Thresh might just have a party with the armor that he gets passively. With the Graves and Lucian being the 2 main damage sources. We've seen Karma sometimes nail a good Q and wipe out half of someone's health. So it can happen. See if it happens this time. Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm trying to make sure we've got all the overlays right with like in-game and out of game and all that good shit, you know.
Just letting you know that maybe someone actually did already do them, it looks like. Possibly. Oh yeah, as soon as this game starts, you guys, don't worry.
Yeah, it's a little too late in the night to multitask. I can't talk about the game and also do work at the same time. It's a challenge.
Let's see if there's anything actually different from this game. Leona still would press the attack. It was not a mistake from from the first game. Seems to be what Wild goes towards. It's interesting. I just don't really see it very often. It has resolve as the secondary. But hey, if it's a big thing now, let me know, because I have no idea. I don't play League. Never seen Leona have pressed the attack other than these 2, the game 1 and game 3 of the series. So let me know, boys. Alright.
Yeah, and a couple people are saying that the stream might be starting to lag just a little bit, and if it is, sorry, not too much we can do about internet problems. Shit happens. Bear with it as best you can, unfortunately.
It happens, man. It happens. We do have a Cloud9 icon from Progress. RIP Cloud9. They did do very well on a comeback to get back into the playoff seed. I think I just did get a spectator error as well. Right again. Wait, you got one as well. Did you get one, Kaiser?
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. Yes, it has. It has happened every game. So one of you have one of those players added. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm spectating. I'm getting
All right.
it.
All right, awesome. I'll be there in just a second.
Hey guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna take a nap in my chair real quick while we load.
All right, don't you worry, man. You do you. Live your life, man. Don't let anyone tell you can't be the best you can be. Haha, got him. That makes sense, right?
No.
I don't know. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Fine.
Let me see.
So you're hopping in right now, Kaiser. Then I'll spectate off of you, and we all make it in together. Okay. That's why your shock is better on Leona. But again, I thought it was a mistake, and now it seems. And it was chosen both games. She won with it. Leona won with the Prestige attack Leona in game 1. So if it works,
now.
if it works, why stop? With Fiona, you can quickly get your 3 autos with an auto Q auto, so it could work to really drop the defenses quickly. Again, trying to make a case for this, guys. It's hard to do. But
for the illiterate.
Oh, we have a pause.
We have a pause.
As soon as I get into the game. It's all right. Looks like we did have at least 4 people going down to the bottom lane. There's Spooter 1 involved, so that definitely pushes towards a 5-man fight.
Dude, yeah. Luigi, where you at? I need you in here. You're supposed to be working right now.
It's fine. Yeah, we do have a 5-man, but there is a ward in that tri-bush. Really gonna spot it out. Very well placed. That's gonna really take advantage of that one really quick. Sadly, he doesn't get any vision score for that though. Wish he did. That'd be great.
Even though they know they're here, now they're like, I don't know. What are they? Okay, they're all right now.
Yeah, be really bad. Oh, Carmen just used her ulted Q.
Happens.
Because they also have the ward in the river, so they know if they walk away.
Yeah, they've been able to track.
They're prepared.
This whole process.
It was very well done by this side of. Is it Bluebird is on this side? Yes, Bluebird is blue.
Bluebird is
so much easier.
Bluebird is blue. Roger, roger.
Yeah, not much happening. Ivern, once again, the path of taking the red. I would have liked to see progress, trade reds, but probably nothing happened from that one.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if progress is gonna go to this Ivern's red now. Yep, looks like he is passing that way.
Let's see if Ivern can actually get there before it happens. This did happen actually at the beginning of game 2, where Ivern was able to get both reds because of it. It might happen once again. No. Not really sure what he's trying to do here. And he loses red for it, so that's kind of just a wasted amount of time.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yep. Yeah, Kled is coming down from top lane. They're all just gonna back away, respect each other's damage.
He never got his blue buff either. He has his passive on the blue buff.
Oh.
So he has not gotten it.
And he has tamed. The blue buff is his friend. They are friend, not food.
Bulbasaur.
Okay.
And it will compete in a Pokemon battle to the death.
Awesome. I'm excited to see it. Looks like he didn't survive very long. All right.
I'm going delusional, guys.
Don't worry, because you have Spooderwan versus Avalon in the top lane. Arkham brought to half health, especially with that. Was not a corrupting potion. I thought it was a corrupting potion taking. That's all right. Spooderwan slowly healing up after that little engage. Almost went down off the Scarl, but he made it out alive. That's good. Good, man. Already backing from line because Lux was chunked out by the Karma. And has that Dark Steel to survive in lane a little bit longer. It wasn't long enough, sadly.
Sadly, Luigi apparently got distracted by a leaf on the way here, so...
Oh shoot, not again.
Can't really blame him though, man, dude. They're fucking pretty right now. Alright, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, right now we do have the Cloud Drake coming in.
I sound like I'm
if you guys haven't noticed,
listening to the voice that nobody else can hear.
I was just laughing randomly and no one knows why. Perfect.
There's not a voice in my head, I swear. Kim, she's making fun of me. I need somebody to come hit her. I can't hit her.
Going delusional. Oh, Spooderwan jumping it onto Arkham. Loses his Scarl, but both of me flashing. One flashes towards, one flashes away. Heartshaker trying to go up to Zoe One Trick, but dodges the Q. We have New Slaves jumping in, not hitting his Q, but Wingate had to back up for that one. Nailing the flash prediction. That's going to be Wingate dropping in a 2v1, and that's going to be 1-for-1 as Wingate was able to get the first kill, and Nezumi staying along a little bit too long. Nezumi gonna have to flash out of that hook. Hook back himself, stunned up from the wild. It's gonna be New Slaves also getting away just in time while taking a turret shot, but gonna be healthy enough.
Luigi,
that was
that's
a little 1-for-1 in the bottom lane, but it is starting to be a 1k gold lead for Rawr to start off this game.
Sorry, Luigi, I was like leaning back in my chair super far away from my mic. Dude, I really was starting to fall asleep. I was legit chilling back. This is not game-free quality casting, but this is the casting you're gonna get.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, boys.
Oh,
Ooh.
shoot. That barrier was a little bit...
Oh.
Might have wanted that barrier to come out a little bit quicker, but able to survive for just the tiniest bit. And that is an ult down from Heartshaker at this point.
Alright, I'm gonna need Spooter to go and get a 15-minute inhib, please and thank you.
Let's see it happen. Spooter taking it 1 minute at a time to get to that inhib. Gotta do it somehow.
Dude,
we have a Slim calling you out in the chat.
Dude.
Falling a serious BM for falling asleep.
Slim, I'll find you.
Okay. Alright, well.
Doesn't matter how far you are.
What are you saying? Who are you talking to, man? You're going crazy. There's no one that's muted that's talking to you.
Oh god, dude, I can't. Man, I can't.
I do have a little bit of a scramble in the bottom mid push. Trying to get those vision wards for themselves. Oh shoot, I didn't see the bottom lane. Shojuru is down to such low health. Wild able to get the press the attack proc, but the flash out of the way from Shojuru just in time while still in the 1v2, but Progress coming down to help out as much as he can. Flashes in, gets the kill on to 0. Now Nezumi gonna be his next target as he lands the ultimate and gets the double kill. Gonna be 3-3 in kills in the top lane. Let's be back and forth.
It's a good thing Progress showed up down there because, yeah, I know you said you didn't see the first part of that, but
Right
I'll wait for this fight to be over.
Oh, Arkham gets pulled out of the way from Newslays by Spooderwan. He pops his ultimate. Spooderwan uses his ultimate as well. Bear trap on a rope lands, but not able to do anything as Skarl leaves his side, and Arkham survives with less than 100 health. That's where the health potions matter, boys.
You want to hear some analysis, Octo? All right, let's do it, dude.
Let's do it.
First off, that gank right there was pulled off because of the Moby boots that this Ivern has. That was like his first buy, dude. Second buy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
And sorry to go back to that whole topic. You were the bot fight. That's what we were talking about. What,
sure.
Nick,
you talk about it, man. You go.
The Tristana actually hopped in there in that 2v2 and managed to like get the burst on Lucian really nice. And I don't know if it started off with a thresh hook. It probably did. But it was a good engage, and then the fact that Progress just happened to be in the right place, right time, was able to kind of walk himself down there with how long that fight lasted. But dude, only like 500 gold ish, 600 gold ish separating these teams right now.
Yo, that Moby Boots analysis is too good.
Dude.
Shoot, it looks like Wild and Izumi just wanted to get a little bit of ward back and forth, but Wild gonna overstay his welcome, and Wingate might die as well as he gets blasted back into a team of 3, including Daisy. And that's gonna be a double kill for Shijiru. He's gonna be 4-2 going into later in this game.
Hey chat, I'm not talking to Canadian anymore. He's making fun of my Moby Boots analysis.
It was, what do you mean? I complimented it. I complimented the analysis.
Nah, dude.
Nah, dude.
We not on talking terms anymore?
Shoot. Not again.
But I mean, okay, back, talking about the game a little bit. Tristana actually going for what looks to be the early Infinity Edge. She's got the BF sword already, got the pickaxe. I'm really interested to see if that is going to be the Infinity Edge first item, because, I mean, as most of us know, not as strong as it once was, but will set her up pretty well for the late game.
Now we'll see Wild stun Spooderwan. Spooderwan jumps, flashes forward for Skarl, and he's going to back away right after he flashes forward. And that's going to be Rip Herald spawn in the top lane.
Slim is sharing fake news in the Twitch chat. Nobody believe her.
Wait, what did they say? What did Slim say?
She's a chronic liar. She just doesn't know how to control herself sometimes.
What did she say?
She said I benched her. I don't bench anybody, dude.
You just say no.
I'm a man of the people. And dude, I wish I was casting it under the influence right now. If I was, I might be able to just fall asleep and not even care about the game. But out of respect for the Game 3 semifinal matchup of the ODL Gold League, I have to sit here.
Yeah, this entire time I thought it was quarterfinals, but dude, it's not that. Dude, come on. This is for the finals. Whoever wins this plays against whoever the 4th place team was. Oh my goodness, Leona with this stun, root stun back and forth. Heart Checker not even moving, but comes back, Izumi gets a kill on Wild. Izumi still walking forward into Progress, slaps him twice, knocks him back into the enemy team. We have Spooderwan jumping under his tower, pulling Zoe one trick back into 3 players. He's gonna die, but Newslay is gonna fall as well to Progress.
Bluebird's underrated the Kled. The utility that has come out of Kled, the tankiness, the work that he's been putting in the top lane farming. I mean, and now that he's level 6, he's doing the same thing he was doing last game, where he's all over the map. He's using his ult to make plays happen. It's solid.
Super solid, man. Nailing every single one. Oh, excuse me.
I don't think Zombie Dallas ever wants to cast again. That's what I'm getting out of Twitch chat right now.
From Dallas?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Dude, he's
Saying he's a bad caster.
yeah, pretty much, dude. Basically said Kaiser don't let me cast anymore.
I can see that. But he said, bad casters, he's sleeping. Like when he casts, he feels like he's a bad caster, so he sleeps.
Yeah, dude. I'm managing to stay awake for the cause. If it was Dallas casting right now, dude, he'd be passed out snoring on mic. Alright, dude, I don't know. Let's try to focus on the game for 2 more minutes.
Okay.
Just
so
2, and then we can take another break.
So at 16 minutes. We'll go
at
back
15, to at 15 minutes, hopefully someone will surrender and we can be done.
The game 3 of the festival.
Yeah, game 3. Somebody surrenders at 15, dude. Anyways, dragon. First dragon was once again another air dragon. This next one we're gonna get once again another air dragon. So realistically, I mean these teams should probably put a priority on. I was about to say Rift Herald, but has Rift Herald been taken?
Yeah, they dropped it already in top lane.
That's right, dude. I saw that and
I
was just distracted, dude.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Shit. I knew that. Short-term memory is not too good right now.
And we do have the dragon spawning up now. And we do have Rawr finally setting up for this dragon. This is going to be very well. Zoning off progress from this dragon. Nezumi with destroying the blast kill. Good job from him, jumping over the wall, firming the dragon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Why did I just say that? I have no idea. I'm sorry I did.
Dude, I want some lemonade.
Oh, looks like you're getting some after this here. Was Scooter Bond jumps in onto Zoe One Trick. Zoe One Trick coming in splash 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, New Slave's gonna get taken out as well by the Wingate. We have Hardshaker jumping under tower, but he's gonna get killed under there as Wingate gonna tower dive, gonna fall himself. Scooter Bond jumping onto Wild. Wild gonna get one hit after the other, getting slapped around. Not able to take out Chachiru as he gets a double kill in that little skirmish. And it's gonna be a 3 for 2.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if the 3 for 2 is really worth it there when you've got now Spooter still alive and making plays happen.
Yeah, not much to say about that as Karma kind of walked into a team.
Yeah.
3, but it happens, you know. Can't win them all. I mean, was it Nezumi that played Morgana last game? Is that? No, that was Wild. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Wild playing Morgana in the previous game.
So I was thinking like how.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Rawr who had the duo bot lane. So Wild, when he just walked that we understand as no reason into the Rakan Zaya duo in the bot lane. And that's the only thing I can compare it to in that point. But I realize it's even not the same player as it's only one trick who did it. But hey, it happens, you know.
We can already see the differentiation between the Lux played by Heartshaker and the Lux from Zoe One Trick earlier. The Lux of Heartshaker, he's prioritizing that Ludens Echo rather than going for the tier item that was prioritized by Zoe earlier. And I mean, I have to agree with the pathing of Heartshaker for the most part. If your team needs you for damage, then you want to go with the damage. You want to go with the Ludens and work into some of those damage items, whereas last game when he only had the Varus as his only other damage output.
Oh shoot, looks like we're having a Wild get rooted around the enemy blue buff. He's gonna be grabbing a hook over the wall, gonna nail progress, but he's gonna flash out of the way. We have Scooter One being unstoppable into no one. He makes his way into Wild, gonna get the bear trap on a rope, not gonna land it. Gonna pull one back though as he gets out of there quick. We have an ultimate coming in from Leona, from Graves as well. Gonna land the hook onto Avalon. Avalon gonna pop his ultimate. Slay is gonna be the first one to drop in this very extended fight, calling over the wall. Not gonna hit a single person. And it's now in full retreat from the side of Rawr.
Yeah, this is
a flash forward. Oh my goodness, Spooderwan gonna be nailed with the Leona hook. They're once again trying to get it out as fast as possible. Hardshaker using the CC to his advantage.
Yeah, that was a brilliant fight by Bluebirds, just playing into the mistakes of Rawr. I mean, I understand why Rawr was in the jungle, right? They were looking for vision, they were looking for a pick, but the outer turret and top lane is still there, and they just kind of like danced around, spread themselves a little thin there in the enemy jungle, and allowed this pick-heavy team with Leona and with a tank Mundo and good damage in the mid game with Lucian and Graves to just, you know, create a team fight that they weren't prepared for.
We really want to have some way to get back in, but again, it seems like this is more of the first game where it's a back and forth. One team has more kills, but it's not changing the gold lead. For the towers are similar as well, but it's like the first game where it just came down to a Baron call that did not end too well in the favor of Rawr. You can see how it comes up at this point. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, I agree that as we're getting into this later mid game-ish, I guess mid game. I don't know about, jeez, I don't know about you, but like, there's definitely this like distinction right now where once laning phase ends, you're in the early mid game, then it's like Baron spawns, and you're in like the mid game, and mid late game, and late game, whatever. I just had to clarify my thoughts, but with the mid game that they're in right now, dude,
yeah,
I'm gonna make this term a thing.
The mid game,
the Baron just spawned.
It's already a thing,
and these two teams, they do have the dragon that's going to spawn here in a little less than a minute, and that's going to be the first Infernal that I'm pretty sure we've seen in the series now. So they do
actually
have
is.
the
I believe it is. Yeah,
they do have the options of what they could prioritize, but it really is going to come down to the objective control in the next 10 minutes. Who's going to make priority on what objectives, and who's going to end up winning out on some of these objectives.
And I want to see if Spooderwan wants to get a little bit of a fight happening, because he does have TP, and there's awards all over the place on the side of Rawr. They might just give, looks like they're just giving the Drake over at this point. They don't want that to happen. As they're sticking around, that has not been started up either. Spooderwan has engaged into this 5-on-5, if it does come to it. Dragon being started up by Rawr as the hook comes up from Nezumi onto Arkham, but that's going to be a huge ultimate from Lux as Progress is the first one to die. You have Nezumi doing what he can. So it looks like he's going to be in retreat from Rawr as they're all low health. We do have a kill, but they're all low health right now. But Wild hit over the wall with the hook. But we have Arkham jumping into 5 players that gets played into the team. Oh my goodness, we have Shujiro being stunned into a team of 5. We have Spooderwan with a huge shield from Scarl with his ultimate. Now we have Zoe One Trick, last one standing on the side of Bluebird. So you see what he can do. Nezumi, only one over there, but Spooderwan with the lantern bringing him over the wall as well. Zoe One Trick almost hitting the ultimate. Zoe One Trick able to block it. Graves has joined the fight once again.
Respawned it and back at it again. But I do want to make a point, even though that was like a really complete failure of a team fight for Bluebirds at that point. In the team fights, in the last 2 team fights we've seen, there's a noticeable difference compared to game 2. And it is the presence of Arkham as a champion. In this Mundo role, despite not having the same impact that Spooter's having currently, he at least has some kind of presence in these team fights. And realistically, I mean, if Bluebird's play gets a little bit better decision making in their macro plays, that could be the difference between these two games.
Could be. Very well.
Could be.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it, but it could be.
And for some reason, I feel
It could
like
be.
I feel like unrest from these players can come into it as well. Like just silly mistakes that they wouldn't otherwise make, but because they're so tired from this night. But Spooter trying to jump over the wall, but not going to land it. Wild gets this stand, but he can meet up with his team. They should make it out safely at this point.
All right, and both teams decided it's time for me to take a nap. Just kind of chill and relax for a little bit.
For sure. At this point, it seems like Graves doing very well to hold his own against the Ivern, even though his team is in the deficits. He has over 2,000 more gold than his counterpart. It's nice to see that at least one person is able to help out for his team. But in the middle lane, Nazumi gonna grab a hook on to Wild. Wild gonna dodge out of it. All assault, but Progress gonna take it, the brunt of it. We have Spooter jumping into 5 players right now. TP coming in from Mundo into 5 players, but he's gonna be dropped very quickly in health. Now Daisy jumping, knocking up a few people. That's gonna be Chajiru able to get a double kill onto Progress and Arkham. That should be one more tower in the pockets of Rawr, but looks like they're gonna back off. Might switch their attention over to Baron.
Yeah, they're definitely focusing on the Baron now, and there's only 3 members of Bluebird. Sorry, 4 members. No, 3 members. Jeez, I missed Progress at the top. Available, and they are missing that jungler. So really, all they're gonna be able to do here is sit and poke. Baron really doesn't have quite the damage it used to have, but you know, it's not something that you want to take up forever. With the Karma poking him, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough to get them off of it, though.
Oh, that hook from Zero is able to do what he can, but Wild is went a little bit too close to Zero. Knocks Wingate out of the fight, saves his life, really. As we do have Rawr might be losing that bottom tier 2 tower very quickly, because it is very low at this point, but the minions are focusing onto each other instead of the turret's going to survive for just a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I don't know why that was so exciting.
Now with this Baron available, they really need to try to prioritize getting some of these towers. I mean, you've got the Kled, he can make it across the map really quick, so send him top lane, get that out of top lane turret, get some minions pushing in the mid lane, and then rotate bot as a team. It would be my call. And I would have Kled get that top tower, rotate him towards the mid lane, you know, leave those minions kind of pushing in up top, push in one more wave in the mid as your team's pushing down bot. We'll see how it goes. But they should definitely kind of diversify their efforts.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe squadding up is the right idea, as it looks like they're trying to do here in the top lane.
Hey, they're in the semifinals for a reason, you know. We'll see what happens. Rawr is in the driver's seat at this point, as they're going from lane to lane as a group. Now, just what objective do they want to take at this point with their Baron buff? There is a pretty big wave in the middle lane, so they might take advantage of it. But there is a large amount of wave clear on this side of Bluebird, but just not enough, as it looks like. That's going to be one more turret in the pockets of Rawr. Pocket gold for every single player on their team.
Yeah, I really want to look back at the bans for this game and revisit what Bluebird decided to ban, because I feel like allowing the Ivern and the Kled for game 3 was not the smartest idea.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not how you want to hook. If you could hook anyone but Mundo, it'd be great.
True story.
This is a huge wave that's going to be firing onto the turret. Daisy also being called in to take that turret as fast as possible. Spooder1 in the middle of the tower. He's going to jump out very quickly. That's going to be what the bottom tier 3 tower gone. That's the base being broken from the side of Rawr.
Yeah, there's really just not that much they can do about it. They're at this point where they've suddenly dropped an 8K gold lead to the other team, and they also don't have, they're fighting this uphill battle against the Baron buff. It's like, do we throw ourselves at them, hope we can win a team fight and survive a little longer, or do we play passively and wait for them to mess up, or hopefully mess up? And they're playing the passive route right now. They're waiting for a mistake to come out from Rawr.
This is really hard to do when you are so low, like such a low deficit. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for Bluebird to come back, as they did win the first game. So they're very excited about it, but that was a very close game until Baron, and then Bluebird ran with it after that. But they haven't really seen Rawr in a hard place and actually be able to recover. So, though it would be a long game if they do, I would be excited to see it happen. If they could actually stabilize this huge lead that Rawr has accumulated for themselves.
Yeah, that would be quite the challenge. Especially when you look at the dragons, and Rawr has the Infernal, a Wind, and a Mountain Dragon right now. They just have so many things going for them.
I do have some pings coming in onto the mid lane from Rawr.
If we were going to say there was a win condition for Bluebirds, it is to find picks with the Leona. But, it's just not plausible when Rawr is 5-manning at mid like they should be.
Oh yeah, I want to see Mundo get across here quick to try to stop what they can to not lose another tower. Well, I want to see Rawr maybe push the bottom wave as well to offer a split push to take that inhibitor in the bottom lane. But looks like they're going to slowly do that now, as Kled might be the one to do it in that bottom lane, as he can probably 1v1 any of the players on the side of Bluebird.
This next strike is going to be another Infernal. I don't know that we'll see it, because right now, Rawr could break open the base, and whichever. I think it's more likely at this point that Bluebirds makes a mistake before Rawr does.
Yeah.
Nothing against Bluebirds, but
and when you're this far down, it's gonna be tough to not make a mistake and not be punished for it.
One of my favorite quotes from all time was, a tennis quote where it's, the team that wins is gonna, or the person that wins is gonna be the person that makes the least amount of mistakes in a game.
Yeah.
And it holds true for every sport, really, in gaming as well. You can have all the talent in the world, but when you're in a situation like this, it's going to be the people that make the least amount of mistakes.
And for sure, that's all they can really hope for. We do have Baron spawning up in 30 seconds, so that should be the next objective that they go for. But New Slave's might be cut out there as the calling going to hit every single shot. And New Slave's going to be the one to fall.
That's something.
It's one little thing, but he's also going to be dead for when Baron spawns up. That's going to be no smite for Rawr.
No, that's something for Bluebirds. That's something that they can be proud of and try to do something with now.
Do something quick. It looks like Wild might be taking a little bit too much, but New's going to be missing the hook on a stationary objective. Yeah, they're going to take advantage of this, as Bluebird going to start up the Baron. This is what they have to do if they want to come back into this, because it is a 9k gold deficit that they're in. Avalon going to be hooked around the corner. That's going to be Spooder1 using his ultimate in a 4v4, because Lucian isn't even there right now. We have Spooder1 jumping onto Arkham. We have Wild falling down. Shijiru not going to be stunned up, so he's going to cost you some more damage. We have Lucian getting hooked by Nezumi. He's going to do no damage in this fight either. We also have Progress off the side. Arkham off the side once again. He's going to fall. Spider-One was just able to survive as he got Scarl back. And Progress, last one around the Baron. He's going to be the one that has to save this game and keep them in the playoffs to go to the finals if they want to stay in it. He has to hit the smite. Oh, but not going to happen. He's going to fall right away. That's me. New Slave's coming back and taking the kill himself. Oh, that's not what you want to see if you're on the side of Bluebirds.
No, but it was a desperate attempt for a desperate time right now. You know, game 3, dude. Yeah,
dude.
Nowhere else to go from here, so.
Got it. Yeah, it's a Baron buff. Wave is pushing the top lane. They want to probably push Kled in the top lane to get those towers.
Yeah.
Like maybe just want to get that bottom inhibitor and then someone to get the mid. Because they're so far ahead now. It's a 13k gold lead. Most of them are full builds. It's tough.
Yeah. And I'd really like to just see Rawr now as a full team. It looks like they're going to
after they get Infernal.
Yeah. Don't need it, but sure, go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
Let's just drag the game out some more. But yeah, grab the Infernal. Just stay as 5, dudes. Just stay as 5. Go to the bot lane.
Culling used.
Get that free inhib that's open, please.
There was a culling used that would definitely be needed if they wanted to defend and destroy these minion waves. But some mini cooldown, so hopefully it's back up in time for the next fight.
I'm very disappointed I just read chat. Hopefully, it's not true.
But right now, this could be the last little fight that's happened. Oh my goodness, mid tier 3 is going to fall instantly, as it seems like Arkham is also going to fall instantly, but he's going to get away with a sliver of health himself as he does have the ult going. That's going to be first inhib going. They're going to move their way down to the bottom inhibitor as well. Going to take 1-2 hits onto it. That's going to fall at the hands of Scooter One. And they're going to get both inhibs and they're going to get out, take what they want, and then leave. Not sure why I didn't just keep going. I mean, we had New Slaves very low health, but oh, Nezumi missing the blast cone, but yeah, it doesn't get paid for it. Oh, wow!
I was waiting for the comment to come flying.
Wow!
Wow!
Oh boy, that was a time. That was definitely under 100 health from Zoe. One trick from that Lux ult. That was crazy like stuff, health, boys. Look, man, this is happening. What time is it?
What like
it's 1:07.
Dude, it's fucking 1:07 a.m.
That's fine. Keep going. They're now at 14k gold lead. Their Rawr is building it up, but I believe in Bluebird. All right, Bluebird just needs to buckle down, get it started. Elder Drake is going to be the next spawning dragon, so they just need to hold out, not let Rawr get the Elder Drake when it spawns up, and then just push their way in. Look, the top and the bot towers are very low, so they just need to split push well. But it looks like Dave's going to call it in the top lane, then try to get their final turrets. Nezumi joining them as well. It's a 4v5 once again. Lucian is even there. And they're just going to hit one after the other onto the turret. Turret of half health. Butterwan not even caring about the back door protection. Looks like he's going to care now as he's going to back up just a little bit as Wengate is going to join in as well. This is the last, possibly the final fight in the semifinals. Huge damage from Heartshaker as the turret is probably going to fall. That's going to make them have to back up. Wingate and Progress are jumping away. Looks like Shajiru wanting to do what he can to take out these players. Wingate, the first one to fall as Arkham also goes down. Inhibitor falling from the third one. Not sure why they're pushing in more minions, but they're going to anyways. We have Chajiro going to the bot lane just to get more minions. All right, we have Wild trying to do what he can, but he's not gonna have anything to say for it. That's gonna be hooked in from, I don't know what just happened. Zoe, One Trick, and Wingate both dead. We have Arkham dead. It's a 2-on-5. It doesn't even matter. Not gonna go for the ace this time, as that is gonna be Rawr being in the finals as the first seed coming into the finals. They're gonna be the first seed in the finals, boys. Let's get it. Let's get it in this final game 3 of the series, boys.
Jesus. The dude, I don't know what to say after that. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright guys, I lost Canadian.
All right.
Real quick, we'll take a look at the stats. All right, so
Yeah, I got you.
I'm looking across the board real quick, and obviously Rawr with the winning side. The Tristana, the Lux, big impact players, right? 30k damage, 29k damage to players. When you look across at their counterparts, Karma 18k and Lucian only 15. I mean, it's just not, they're not on the same level. And then Spooter with his 17k from a top laner. I mean, they just played their champions, played them well. Is all I can really say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. The first game was close. Second game, not close. Third game, meh. Yeah, that was my 1 a.m. Analysis. You're welcome, guys. We have 40 people. Why are there 40 people watching this? It's 1 a.m.
Game was definitely like close up to a point. It was, once you get to that mid-game point where you're contesting Barons and Dragons and you don't play your team comp the way you kind of drafted to play it, which it kind of looked like they kind of struggled with, Bluebirds there. Whereas on the other side, Rawr played their team comp exactly how they drafted it for. So really not too surprising that was the point where the game kind of started to separate.
Oh man. Oh, so this is
no. Let's not drag this out. All right. Let's
this was great. Do you know who won the first game? Remember who won? Oh yeah, MVP. Easy. All right. Who's the MVP? Who do you think?
Of the series or of that game?
You say a series. You go with the series, or you go with the game.
I'm going to have to say my top lane man there. The Kled Master, Mr. Spooter. I mean,
so Spooter won for this game?
It's tough between the top and the jungle there because realistically, they both had big impacts in terms of utility. I felt like the Kled with his ultimate being able to get people into the fight a little quicker, with the Ivern, having those extra bushes to kind of mess up visibility during team fights and giving his teammates the extra buffs and everything. I mean, I think both of them played very well. So it's hard to narrow it down. But Spooter, because he had that lane aspect as well, where he had to win the lane, and really, I don't feel like relied on ganks to win the lane. So I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Spooter there.
Interesting. Okay. So I feel like I would go towards, for the series, I might either go for, I would actually probably say like either Wild or Nezumi. From seeing the the plays that they made, having again 24 assists on your Thresh. Really setting up well for Shajiru to go off with the 16 kills in this game, and also previous games as well. Seeing Wild get they didn't do well as a team, but he got amazing predictions with abilities and such. So it would have been amazing to have if that happens. Again, no love for supports, but I enjoy it.
No, I agree with you. Nizumi had a lot of really good hook plays throughout that game. So without further ado, just a reminder that we will be having our Plat semifinal games on some Monday. First matchup starts at 6 p.m. Not Coastal. I always say Coastal for some reason. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And the second series will start either right at the end of that series or at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. CST. Also, be sure to tune in next week for the finals for both gold and bronze silver to be going on around 8, I believe. I think that's the time that they picked out. Maybe it's 7 CST. We'll make sure to make an announcement about those. But next week with the finals for gold, we're going to make sure we get all the pieces put together for the different kinds of quality content you've been seeing on stream with the new EGN setup. So make sure you come to check out all the pieces together, finalized.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I hope you guys all had a good night.
All right.
And I'm going to go lay in bed and pass out.
Yo, same.
All right.
Let's
Catch
do
you
it.
guys later. Have a good night.
Later, skaters.